Can you hear me now? Better? Good? Let me see if I change my mic setting. Can you hear it better now? Can you hear me now? Oh, no, there's an echo. Change my mic. Hear it better now?
Second. We're going to be starting in just about 2 minutes, guys. Thanks for your patience. All right. Hey, Emily, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Welcome, everybody in chat. Do you guys hear us now?
Yeah, can everyone hear us? Oh, hey, Soul Skin.
Hey, Soulskin. Hey, Shell. Hey, April. Crafton and Kim, are they in the house?
Where's
Oh,
Slow Clap
we gotta show
Cindy?
ours.
I need Slow Clap Cindy here.
Slow clap. Where you at? Oh, here we are. All right. So thanks for joining us tonight, this evening. I know it's early, so thanks, you guys. I know you guys, a lot of you are at work and finishing up work or whatnot. But we wanted to do this because there's just been this one specific story that Karen has been telling for quite some time. And I didn't realize until the other day when I heard a YouTuber doing a live, and she repeated the story. No fault of her own. It's just something that she obviously had heard, and I didn't even know her previously to watching her live. So when I watched that and she used that story as an example of something, I was like, wow, this story really has reached a whole new
Right.
group on YouTube, and I felt like I needed to set the record straight because it's not right. It's not right for me, and it's not right for her son and his wife.
No, it's fucked up, the whole thing.
So what I'm gonna play first is I have the Karen tapes, and we're gonna listen to those. And Emily and I are gonna cut in at certain points and make some comments.
Oh, thank you, Soul Skin.
Oh, thank you, Soulskin. Oh, that's nice. What's NOK? Where does she live?
Oh, she's from
She's from another country, right?
gosh. Yeah, I forget. It's Norway, right?
Norway?
Please tell me I'm not wrong.
That's awesome. All right.
Oh, and
so,
hey, Blonderella.
I guess we'll start with the first call here. Are you guys enjoying the slideshow?
Feel free to dox her back.
Yeah, she doesn't dox though, remember?
No, not at all. Not at all.
She doesn't dox.
No. She doesn't do anything.
Okay. So let's see here.
Oh my god, that photo right there with her curly hair in the end. I can't.
Yeah, those are some good pics I was sent, huh?
Oh yeah, and thank you, the Kazoo, for calling Catherine a marshmallow when she got married, as if.
Oh, I thought she was talking about me.
Nope, she was talking about Catherine Heather.
Oh, I thought that was about me when I got married. That's the reason why I put it up there.
No, that was her talking about Catherine just because she left her group.
Unbelievable. Okay, so here we go with call number 1. Now, before you listen to these, keep in mind this is Karen talking to Lana Banana. So this is Lana Banana and Karen.
Hi, how are you? Hey, how's it going? Oh, just busy, but it's going well. Okay, so
I think the audio's low.
What's your thought? Why are you changing your mind, or tell me what's on your mind?
I think the audio is low.
Is it too low?
Yeah. Oh, so CK is going live now? Oh, okay, whatever.
Wait, can you guys hear it? I just want to make sure it's loud enough. Thank you, Auntie Cheryl. Hi, Mandy. I'm glad to see Mandy C here. I'm not seeing anybody commenting, are you?
Oh, Shell says I can hear it.
It's plenty loud? Okay. If you need to mute, you can mute your Zoom.
That's the thing. I muted the YouTube, so that's why I couldn't hear it. I'm just a dum-dum.
Oh my God. Okay. That's like a me. That's like a me move. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue listening.
Well, I
so
have no problem coming on your channel. I just don't want my reservations is just the amount of hate that I see, and I'm not a part of I can't be a part of hate. I do want to get the truth out there because there's so much lies and just misinformation. So I want to help you get the truth out there. And I can help with that, and I think I can help. I'm the only person that can answer any questions with the website.
Well, I'm not a hateful person, Lana. I'm not. I don't know what you've been told about me. I'm a very fair person.
I've been told that you're fair. I've been told that you're fair.
Yeah, I mean, I intend to be fair. I don't tend to blast you, you know. I don't know what you've been told about me. I'm a very fair person.
Why do I hear two playing?
It's because I'm trying to listen to it too. I'll
Oh, you
stop.
gotta mute. No, mute your Zoom. Mute
Oh,
Zoom.
duh.
Yeah, mute
Duh.
Zoom. Then you can play it. I thought that was me echoing. I'm like, what is that? Okay, mute your Zoom. Then we won't be able to hear it. Okay, good to go.
Well, I don't tend to bring you on and blast you.
I know that.
I disagree with what you're doing, and I'm going to probably openly disagree with you. But first things first.
You disagree with the website? Is that what you're saying you disagree with?
I disagree. Well, I disagree with what you're trying to do. I don't think this is the case. I don't think this is, but obviously you feel that it is. So it's, it's whatever, but I disagree with you selecting this case to try to highlight, because I don't disagree with you that we're moving towards way too many people making plea deals because they don't have money or because they don't want to fight the government, right? I disagree with you that this is the watershed case to do that with, because I think this case is so toxic and so ugly that you're never going to be able to overcome that. You're never going to be able to overcome the hideousness of what he did. And it's just not the case to feature of what I believe actually is a noble cause. I do think it's a noble cause to try to, I agree with the Innocence Foundation that we have too many people that are pleading that probably are not guilty because they just don't have the resources. But that's not what happened with Chris. Chris pled because...
Well, I'm going to politely disagree with you on that because of the reason that this case is the first case is because of the evidence that I was able to uncover that actually things were, his rights were violated. His family was not treated like victims. They were treated like they were perpetrators. And I think it's not just Chris's story. It's what this tragedy did to a family that the state of Colorado was supposed to protect.
But have you considered, Lana, that they treated his family that way because of their own conduct, their own behavior? Ron's behavior.
What behavior is that?
Well, his behavior that day when Chris was being interviewed.
Well, how was his behavior?
Whipping out the photo, the doll photo, trying to make it, already setting it up to look like shenanigans. I mean, why do you think those FBI agents went down that road? Because Ron was already doing that. This is what you're not going to be able to hurdle. You're not going to be able to get over.
I think that's on the lawyers, and the lawyers that we have are the best at what they do, and that's their hurdle. But they believe that absolutely this is not the narrative, and otherwise they wouldn't have taken the case.
How do we know that any lawyers have taken the case?
Well, that's why that's what I'm gonna come on your show to talk about, and that we can clear the air for all of that for once and for all.
Well, who are these lawyers? Are you able to name them?
Yeah, tonight I can name them on your show. So that was the whole purpose of calling, is to clear up everything. The website's launching, so I thought this would be a nice, way to, I think that your channel, there's a lot of doubt out there, and it's because there was misinformation given from, like I said, I have no idea who, but it's not accurate, and I would like to state that and do it in a peaceful, productive manner.
How were his rights violated, though?
Well, we can get into all of this evening. I just want to know if this is something is this what you were looking to have on your channel?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to have a discussion. I mean, it would be productive if you had an idea what I was going to ask, and if I kind of had an idea of what you were going to say. How were his rights violated? I mean, can you at least tell me that?
How were his rights violated? His public defenders didn't do what they were supposed to do on numerous occasions. The way that they conducted a polygraph and then a post interview, there's things that you're not allowed to do with a polygraph and then have a post interview that leads to and what they're using as a quote unquote confession. There's procedures and those officers did not follow something that they just didn't do. You'd have to ask them why they didn't do things the right way.
But what didn't they do the right way?
Like I just said, the way they conducted the polygraph. Did you know that after you conduct a polygraph, you're not supposed to tell somebody whether they passed or failed?
That's not true. Police can tell them anything they want. The police can lie to you.
Wait, hold on. Yes, ma'am, they can. You're absolutely right. But they're not supposed to in order to obtain a confession. That is a no-no. You'll hear all about it.
But here's again with the hurdle, Lana. He could have evoked his right to remain silent. And
I know that, but you're going to hear so much from these powerful attorneys. You're going to hear so much from these powerful attorneys that actually did his public defenders ever hire a false confession expert? Who did they hire? And let's see his file and let's see what they actually did. When did they get any evidence in this case, discovery handed over, that they actually looked at? Okay, before they told Chris that he needed to take a plea deal. If we're just trying to save your life versus that's not your job. Your job is they were repeating it, he's saying I didn't kill my girls. I didn't kill my girls. What's your job supposed to be if you're defending somebody? Okay, well let's get this discovery and let's wait till we get this line of business.
But Lana, again, unfortunately, when you're at the mercy of a public defender. And you get what you get when you get a public defender. You're not, and when it's when your behavior is screaming guilt, the public defender's office. We don't know what
his behavior was. Once again, where are you getting his behavior screams guilt?
Well, his concealing them in oil tanks screams guilt. Concealing them in oil tanks is a concealing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
He's the one who told them where they were. He's the one who told them.
Okay, I was just about to ask you that. Is it possible, since he told them where they were on Wednesday, which would have been, full 2 days after this supposedly happened, is it possible that he was told where they were? Is that possible? Could that be possible? Yes or no?
That he was told where they were?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. I'm saying, is that something that could be possible?
I guess anything's possible. But who would tell him where they were?
I'm asking you. I didn't say who told him anything like this. I'm just simply asking, is that a possibility, knowing that the missing part of this investigation happened on a Monday, this supposed confession happened after 7 to 8 hours, at the police station. Is it possible whoever he had possibly talked to or had communications with during that period of time, is it possible that somebody could have told him where they were?
I suppose anything's possible. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm only putting that out there because it's, once again, when you're talking about what somebody's rights were violated, his rights were violated when the people that took his case on, when his family went to get him a different lawyer, and they got on a plane and flew cross country and said, "Why are you on social media? Get off social media. Chris has the best resources. If you go a different route with this is going to cost you $1 million, if not more. Okay, we have the resources. Yada yada yada. Get off social media. Why are you trying to find a lawyer?" Now that is not normal practice in the law profession.
Well, that's what they claim, Lana, and I was talking to them back then, and they never told me that.
I was talking. Are there receipts that put them on a plane going out there? Yes. Okay. Why did the one public defender start and he didn't finish with them? Why? Again, was there a false confession expert hired? No. Who was actually hired to start looking at different things? What did his defense team do since the moment they got him as a client? What did they do? And when you want to talk about his rights being violated, we're about to find that all out because they're hiding. We don't know what his file shows. I can show you that based on police logs and jail logs on when they went and saw him, and it was not very often. It was very, very, it was sad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Lana, but again, this is not the case. You've got to, I hate to remind you.
Hey, I'm going to remind you why I took the case. Can I remind you why I took the case? I'm not taking the case because this is going to be my poster child case to start my company with. This is part of what I'm doing because of what I uncovered. And what I uncovered is a complete corruption of all agencies, but it was led somewhere to cover some stuff up. And that's kind of what, they just couldn't do a good enough job of it. I was able to do that. I was able to show attorneys this, and then you mix that with what had happened with his public defenders and what they did not do, and it is just an exclamation point on, okay, well, yeah, you're right, what was really going on? What's the problem here?
Didn't his lawyers file a motion to have the girls' DNA, their necks to have, I mean, didn't his lawyers, they filed plenty of motions.
Yeah, they were filing, but that's the thing, that they were not filing the correct motion. And there's templates. So people, what they were filing in the beginning, okay, is they were filing like, if you and me were lawyers, you would file things like, we have 200 templates in our, at our disposal, just because with certain cases you have to file motion up here, blah, blah, blah. So you're just pumping out, all this stuff, right? Well, they wanted their experts to actually be hands-on witnessing something versus actually examining, is it going to be recorded? Is it like, there's a million different ways to go about something in order to get your motion granted versus denied. But they didn't give enough, they weren't giving enough reasons as to why it should have been granted. If you actually look at the paperwork that they provided, and hey, this is why we should get this. Okay, when they denied it, okay, just like, no, like you can appeal that, or you could. They just didn't do their job. So that's the best I can tell you. And I wouldn't have been able to obtain the lawyers that I got for Chris if they felt that they could not win this case, because why would anybody want to railroad their career and be in a media spotlight that's going to be a frenzy over this,
I mean, I'm being told that you guys didn't get lawyers, so, Anna.
Okay, I will be on your channel tonight to 100% tell you that I 100% got lawyers, and not just any lawyers, but like the best for what he needs. No questions asked.
Why didn't Chris do this from the get-go? Why didn't he?
I just told you why. They kept him from his family. They kept him.
But you don't need your family to invoke your right to remain silent. You don't need your family to hold your hand to help you get a lawyer.
Hold on a second. And you don't believe in false confessions. You don't believe that people suffer trauma.
I do.
That stuff. Okay, then if you believe that, then why don't we really find out what happened? Why don't we find out what really happened?
Because I believe he has said what happened, and it has the ring of truth. Chris is the only one who benefited from his family disappearing. Well, who else benefited from his family going bye-bye and being controlled his workplace? Who else benefited from that?
Why would you put your kids in a GPS truck, take them to your workplace, and you think that you're going to get away with that?
Because he was trying to make it look like he was going to work as normal, and he wanted people to think that Shanann and the girls just left him.
But why would he put those girls at his workplace in his GPS truck that you don't think that they're going to follow where the hell he went that day?
Well, yeah, and he would have been able, and if they had never looked in the tank, he would have been able to say, I just went to work. I went to work as usual.
What do you mean if they never looked in the tank? He told them to look in the tank. He told them that.
Well, okay, now you're telling me he told them that.
Yeah, you said that. You said.
Yeah, because Lana, he put them there. Lana, if the blacks are telling you...
I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm not saying he did. I'm saying let's find out. If this was such an open and shut case, then why were there so many mishandlings with this case? We would not be talking about this case still if there was not so many mishandlings.
Well, whether there was mishandling is subjective. That's just your opinion. If there was mishandling,
it used to be my opinion until I could prove, and that's something nobody unless you were following me with my group, nobody has seen the actual 52 pieces of evidence that I have to show that there was obstructed justice, period.
How did they manipulate the evidence?
I'd have to, that's what I'm saying, I have to like start from the beginning and show you. I'd be honored to do that for you. I would. So,
well, give me just
is this the type of like, I mean, I'm saying, is this the type of discussion that you were looking to have? I'm just trying to get a feel for this, like, you want to know, you know. I can tell you, hey, how did I get to this point? I can tell you, hey, how did I get to this point? Give me an example.
Yes. Give me an example of right of his that was violated.
A right?
Yeah. What is a right of his that was violated?
Your right is to due process, and your attorneys,
but that's
for whatever reason.
But that's too vague.
Because due process is not too vague. There's a lot of stuff that go into it. Okay, why are you letting your client get railroaded and talk about a district attorney? You don't have a piece of like evidence. You don't have a piece of discovery. You motion in on August 29th. You have not received one piece of discovery.
But do you have any evidence, Lana, that anybody other than him committed this crime?
When you say this crime, are you saying all three of them?
Yes.
I'm saying that the evidence does not show who the evidence that they put out there.
But do you have new evidence to suggest someone else did it? You have new, because that's what a 35C is going to require, is new evidence.
Yes, and that's all been turned over.
Yes, so you have new evidence that somebody else
also have his.
So you have new evidence that indicates someone else committed the crime?
Could.
No,
yes.
But that's not enough for a 35C.
Yes, that is. New evidence is new evidence. Yes, could have. Yes.
That's not enough to get a 35C.
Oh, wait, it's not? What do you think a 35C consists of? It's not just
because evidence. You could say Martians could have done it. I could have done it.
No.
One of us could have done it.
I'm not talking, not like that. I'm saying that your main circle of people that it would supposedly like Chris gave his confession supposedly in that room, okay? I want to know why an officer would lie about the transporting of Shanann's phone. Why would the police officer, David Baumauer, tell CBI agent Jillian Dantley and lead her to believe that he didn't have her phone yet? When he had her phone on Monday evening when he left the residence.
Okay, so Detective Baumhover told
Jillian Dantley of the CBI when she was asking, hey, can we check? And I can show you all this. That's what I'm trying to say if you were a lot easier to follow. But you have to look at the whole discovery as a whole, and then you're going to be able to pinpoint all of it. And I can show all the different scenarios that 100%.
But as I've said, and I don't mean to cut you off, Lana, but as I've said, the discovery is not. It's not really hard to get evidence. It's not really hard.
No, but this was the discovery though was what the state of Colorado put out to try to be the voice for Shanann, Celeste, Bella, and Nico, because since the plea deal happened, they didn't have a voice then, okay? And then the state of Colorado, in my opinion, had an obligation to uphold and to put like an exclamation point on, yeah, we got this son of a bitch. And they actually didn't do that, number one. And in fact, they basically put themselves out there in numerous situations that have shown, if you actually look at that, how and what they did with their evidence that they supposedly had. When I tell you that they tampered with it, they tampered with it, and I can prove that.
They tampered with what?
They tampered with the evidence that they were uncovering during their investigation.
How do you know that based on the discovery, though? That's not going to be something written in the discovery.
You have to dig and search, and that's why I'd be happy to show you all of it. That's why when you say that this case isn't a poster child for it, you're damn right it's not, because it's a hard one. But if you actually let the facts really come in and not let their narrative that they went ahead and tampered with to make it that way, okay? Nobody wants to hear that a mother could ever do this to their children. I personally don't think any parent, nobody wants to hear that a parent could ever hurt a child, okay? But, when Rorik started seeing some things and was like, this guy can walk based on what's happening, what's being uncovered. Now there becomes motive to, okay, well, this can't get out. Otherwise, I'm going to lose this case in it's election year.
Is Chris changing his confession?
Chris wants to go to trial. Chris wants to go to court. People that are saying that he does not want to go, I'm telling you that right now, that's 100% a lie.
What's 100% a lie?
That he doesn't want this 35C. That he, is in transit. I got the weirdest messages when I woke up this morning. I'm like, I have no idea. That's just what's so unfortunate is I don't know who your sources are that are telling you things, Kay, but I really feel bad because you're being
Nobody's
lied.
telling me in transit. Nobody's telling me in transit. Somebody suggested that he was being moved. It was just suggested.
Well, that's not true.
For a fact. Well, but he will be. You know that, right? He's going to have to back to Colorado.
I know exactly what's going to happen. And so does he. I'm saying that Chris wants this. I will be happy to come on your show and to discuss the facts because I do think you want to talk about facts. I do think you want to do like an interview style. Otherwise, I wouldn't entertain that.
I do. But I don't.
But I won't. But I won't be part of like hate stuff. And I don't think that you
no,
do that.
No. I don't allow that on my
channel. I know. I'm saying like me and you, like we banter, like cute, funny, like I'm cool with that. But I just don't like the true, people saying people deserve to die. And so, I mean, come on, there's.
Oh, Lana, you got to know that that's not how I ran my group. I was very fair to Chris. What changed my mind was the FBI confession. It was way too detailed, and it had the ring of truth.
Okay, well,
so from my standpoint, he's right where he deserves to be. But you and I can disagree on that, and that will
absolutely, and that's a fair disagreement. Like if he's right where he deserves to be, let the evidence speak that way, and then that's where he stays. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in that. I believe in the U.S. Constitution. That's like my big standpoint on everything. Like I don't care who you are. I think that you deserve the rights that you were afforded by.
But a 35C is not going to give him a trial.
No, a 35C puts it back into the hands. Then a 35C starts it all over. So when you say it's not going to grant him a trial, you're not.
So it goes back in the hands of the people that you think are corrupt. So what's
or it could be maybe there could be a lot of things that happen. I personally believe that they're going to want to offer him another plea deal because they cannot let this get out. That's what I believe. And then we get back into me and you agree on this. Too many plea deals, right?
Well, it is, but because our resources are limited. We just don't have.
What if I disagree with you on that? What if I believe that maybe 50 to 60% of these plea deals are because people are being bullied, people don't know their rights, all that type of stuff going on, and really the evidence is they're just trying to cover up things that maybe people.
But I agree with you. I agree with you. However, Chris is not a man baby. He's a grown man. He knew he had the right to a lawyer. He knew he had the right to not self.
Can you continue to ask yourself why he was talking then? Right?
Well, because he's stupid. Because he's dumb, Lana. Well, he thought he could outsmart them.
You think that he thought he could outsmart somebody by putting 3 dead bodies in a GPS truck, take him to his work site, and think this is all going to happen within 25 minutes of when people are going to start arriving?
Yes,
there's evidence. There's evidence that shows he's physically on the phone texting or calling, okay? And there's only 3 different gaps. There's a 22-minute gap of nothing could possibly be with his cell phone, and then another 21, and then like a 29, okay? But now, why doesn't his phone's register as him even being out on survey? Why aren't there any steps being walked up and down? Why aren't any steps? I mean, they literally they're the ones that put this in the discovery, not me. They're the ones showing Shanann's phone as being operable. Somebody did something with it. They're the ones that are showing. I'm just saying, I got involved with this case because the digital evidence that they gave was manipulated, and it wasn't right. It wasn't correct. And I
How
was
do
like,
you
why,
know that?
why would you
How
lie
do you
about
know
it?
that?
Because I can show you. I can physically show that to you. And I just think that if you were in my group back, you know, when I started all this stuff, you'd be like, holy crap, you know? And I think that's the sad part about this is nobody sees, you know, all the work that has been put into this behind the scenes. I mean, I'm not just some person that's like, hey, let's just make up a bunch of stuff. And that's what I've seen from people recently here is that I don't know why people are lying about people. I'm not here to talk about people. I'm here to talk about the evidence in the case that I took a lot of time.
No, Lana, they're going to ask you what your credentials are. They're going to rightly so ask you.
Yeah, I have a criminal justice background.
I
mean, what do you mean?
What's your background in determining that digital evidence has been manipulated? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Because it doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take a genius.
No, but it does take a forensic expert. But it's
no. Forensic. No, hold on one second. No,
a digital forensic expert. It will be
that's how that is how the data is extracted. Okay, once you put the data on paper, okay, and they did all their extractions, and so here it is. I'm saying when I looked at that evidence that they wanted to submit and put in, say that this is their narrative, this is the way it happened, it doesn't add up because when you compare it to all these other statements and everything else going on with other areas, the people that did the extraction, it was one group. Okay, they didn't confirm things with, like Jillian Ganley, part of the CBI. They didn't take their stuff that they did and sit down with the CBI and the FBI and say, hey, okay, look at this. Like, how'd you guys come up with this? Well, we just extracted the 4 phones and that's all we did. Okay. Oh, well, did you not know that Nicole Kassinger had a work phone? Did you not know that, Nicole Kassinger deleted one of her phones? I mean, who's sitting down in a room and they blatantly tell you when they've made this report that it was just these two police officers that made up, they were part of the Greeley gang unit, and that they were brought on this case when David Bumhauer basically changed who was going to be doing this part of the case, and he took it out of the hands of Jillian Ganley, which I can show you on September 10th. And that these people, these 2 dudes, took it on September 11th. And
nothing inherently wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but she had 41 documents. She has 41 attachments where she has this whole timeline of everything that she's done, okay? And it was like, oh, you'd want to ask the question, why was she removed from doing what she's doing if that's what her specialty is? Why would you have the gang unit out of Greeley do this? And then you look and you see who's in the good old boys club. I'm just saying, I broke it down to every facet of this case. I didn't just, there's like 2,700 pages if you take everything. And I divided it all up into the different agencies. Okay, and I put it all in chronological order based on the report numbers, based on the dates. All right, so, and then every single report was put on a timeline. And when you compare it to the one that they're trying to say the narrative is, you're going to be like, wow. Like, they purposely changed around Ann Meadows' text messages on when certain things happened on the 13th. Why would you do that? Why would you take what out?
That they did that? What's your
I can show you because I'll show you the documents. Ann Meadows took screenshots of her text messages. Then a different officer from a different department wrote up that report, okay? Then the Greeley guys, like I told you, they're just extracting things, you know, from a phone, from these phones. And they, obviously, Ann Meadows' phone was not part of the extraction, all right? Ann Meadows' phone, though, was part of her report that she gave this officer and that they put in, and it completely is not what these guys did to make up this narrative. That how I did everything. I cross-referenced all the different departments and what they did. And it took me a long time. But once I started seeing all the inconsistencies, I said, why? Why would this be like this? All they need to do is just start data. Why are they messing with what times text messages came through, and why are they messing with what the text message actually said and putting them in different orders? Why would you do that?
Ann Meadows' text messages?
Yes.
Whose text messages are you talking about? Hers?
Ann Meadows. and Meadows, they were in a three-way text. Her, Chris, and Shanann. I mean, I can really break down every single person. I call them the characters of the case, and tell you everything about each person and where the discrepancies lie with each person compared to the narrative. And it's proof because, like I said, other people's phones were extracted, but guess what? Why aren't those in evidence? These screenshots don't match what people are saying. When people are supposed to be worried about her, and I mean, why didn't her mom call her that day? Why was Cassie, NA, and Sandy all on a three-way call, like the majority of that morning and afternoon? Did you know that? Did you know that all three of them were on the phone together when they called the police?
Well, they were worried about her. She was missing, Lana.
No, hold on. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying if you're worried about somebody, though, if my kid was missing and someone calls me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead. All right, I'll call you right back. I'm going to go ahead and call her if she answers. Do you understand that nobody was calling her?
Well,
there's
just
proof
because
of that.
that's not in Discovery doesn't mean that her phone.
No. It's not that it's in Discovery. I can show you. I can prove that. I can also prove their phone was on, turned off, and then turned back on.
That's why I said, Lana, you can't though, because the Discovery is not a complete document.
I will show you how I
because you don't know what they have. You don't know what they have.
I will show you, and then you can tell me if you don't agree. Isn't that fair?
Well, then maybe we shouldn't do this tonight until you've shown me what you need to show me. Because I'm going into this blind. I have no idea what you're going to be claiming.
I mean, maybe this. How about this? Maybe this part of it we don't have to have on this evening. But if you have questions about why I'm doing this, though, it's because I believe in what I uncovered. That's why. Okay, and then I'm doing it because a family should have been considered victims, and Colorado failed. Well, actually, Colorado failed both sides of each family. Because, like I said, they should have never been.
But I highly doubt the root checks are going to see it that way, Lana. The root checks are not going to see it that way. They're not going to see any of this was a failure. They believe he's right where he belongs, that goes back. That goes back to my question. Is he changing?
The Wattses accept what their journey has been. The Wattses are just asking for people to accept that they want the evidence to speak for itself. And I think that that's a fair, especially after what Colorado did. Like I said, Colorado, the DA should have been standing next to both of those families. No, the grandchildren didn't mean more to one family than the other family. Can you imagine not going to your grandkids?
Yeah, but they kind of did, Lana. They kind of did.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I'm telling you. Okay, it's not. It's not your opinion.
I mean, you look at people's actions. Their actions speak loudly.
And that's what I'm saying. What actions? You know what's unfortunate?
When these children were found to be murdered, Lana, Cindy Watts got on national TV and bashed her daughter-in-law. That's not showing concern and grief.
Bashed her daughter. Wait. How are you saying that she bashed her?
She got on I was there. She did a national interview and said, my son was perfect until Shanann. Meanwhile, his wife and children were dead.
Okay, so wait. Can I ask you a question? Why wasn't his story, his confession, the way that he said it? Okay, yeah. If he's saying that he killed Shanann because she killed the girls, okay, why wasn't that investigated? But why can't a side of the family explain? Hold on. I can explain that. I can 100% explain that it wasn't, because his public defenders goes back to why you're getting this 35 feet. His public defenders didn't do anything. That's how I know it wasn't investigated.
But how do you know what
they know? Because I spoke with these attorneys while I was in Denver. I did these meetings, not Gina or Kim or whoever. None of these. that's why I was like, hey, I want to talk to you because I don't know why these people are speaking for anything. They weren't there. They weren't the ones that made all the letters up to get all these appointments. I mean, I did everything from top to bottom, so therefore I think that I should be speaking for how this all happened versus hearsay.
So you're telling me you talked to Chris's public defender?
Yeah, I talked to them 3 different times through email, absolutely. And they lied to me, and then they got caught, and they lied to me, and they got caught lying. And then John Wall straight up and sent them,
Okay, and they told you that they didn't do their job.
I will be happy to show you these emails as long as I'm going to approve it that I can do this. I'm not jeopardizing anything that we're going forward with. You know what I'm saying? I can't jeopardize anything. Like I said, I'm now in a situation, Kate, that I can't talk about certain things because I actually believe when you sign a note and you say that you're going to do something, you do it.
Well, but
everything that we're doing is on the up and up. Everything, it took me, I've had to bust my ass for the past, what's it been now? I mean, I'm just saying since getting home from Denver to, you are allowed to have a nonprofit organization, a third party can pay for somebody's legal,
but your
family members
but your
do that.
website is not listed as a nonprofit.
It's 100% listed as a nonprofit.
No, it's not. Nobody can find it. It's not.
When it launches this evening and it has all the licenses on there, then I question how people can't find it.
Okay. So the website is going to launch this evening, and you'll have all the proof on there that it's a nonprofit.
Because everything's on there. Because that's our transparency page.
But people have to pay to see that it's a nonprofit?
No, it's in the terms and conditions when you sign up.
Okay, so that is going to be updated this evening.
Yeah, if you want to be involved, it's $10 membership. And no, we don't change how much people are paying or anything like that. Okay? That's not even remotely accurate or true. We want people everybody keeps talking about this case, right? Everybody wants the truth. Well, I think the evidence will speak that. I think this case needs it because I think that a lot of people out there, this case could actually help their lives if they actually saw the truth.
Well, that could be debated though, Lana, because as I said, this is a bad case to do it because Chris's wife.
I'm not disagreeing that I don't want to use the word bad though. It's a more difficult case to do it. Okay, absolutely, I'll agree with you all day there. Absolutely, but it doesn't mean
because he gave a detailed. Why did he make that confession? Why can you tell me that?
You'd have to ask the expert witnesses on why people give false confessions. I am not in that position to answer that question because that is not my forte, and nor will I sit here and try to do that.
But he confessed in great detail to the FBI. And
you can think it's great detail, but it's called a story, and that's what I'm trying to say. I think that is best talked about.
But it's a story that fits the evidence. It's a story that fits.
Well,
okay.
How does that fit the evidence?
Because they ended up in tanks. They ended up exactly how he said it went down. It went down exactly how he said.
Okay.
And so I guess that goes back to my first question. Is he changing his confession? Is he now going back to Shanann killed the girls?
I'm sitting here telling you that's for the evidence to speak for because I think that people are that's not for me to speak for.
No, but it is.
How is that my story? How is it my story to tell? I actually want the story of the evidence to come out.
Because he cannot claim that his rights were violated, and
he could claim a lot of things. He could claim a lot of things, especially like you said. You think he's dumb, blind, and deaf.
Okay, fine. He can make whatever claim he wants. He can make whatever claim he wants, Lana. But if he's gonna admit,
Lana. Just can you just say
okay, Lana? If he's gonna admit he did this, then he has no grounds to stand on. If he is the guilty party, he has no. This is not a legitimate.
I I
So
think
is he now
my
saying she
personal,
killed the
my personal, can I say my personal opinion is I believe in due process, okay? And why do you know when they say somebody that's like, oh my God, when someone doesn't get things right and they don't know what's going on and doesn't know what happened, 9 times out of 10, why don't they know something? Because they don't know.
But Lana, listen to me.
like
If
people
he
telling
agreed,
you.
but if he, let me finish. If he agreed to plead guilty, that's due process also.
Was he medically examined? No. I'm sorry, but he was not in the situation to make any of those type of decisions. That is not due process.
How do we know that? How do we know
Because
he wasn't medically examined?
medically examined.
How do you know
he
that?
wasn't. Because we looked, he was not. I'm sitting here telling you that.
But you
I
need to
promise
prove
you,
that
I can
because
give you this. I can. The lawyers are going to prove it all. I'm not sitting here going to prove anything to anybody. That's why you put things in certain hands of certain people. I'm sitting here telling you that I was able to do that for this family. I am proud of that, okay? And I think a lot of people are going to actually appreciate what comes out because I think it'll change some lives, some future lives.
Lana, sorry. Lana, you are allowing
okay.
your family to live in their delusion. They have been doing this for
That is your opinion. No, actually, you're wrong about
but
that.
It's also your opinion. But it's also your opinion that they were denied due process. That's also just
No,
your
that's
opinion.
not. No, that is not opinion. That is fact.
That is
That is not opinion. That is fact.
Your opinion.
Because the lawyers, all the lawyers that I met with, told me that. So I'm going to go with them. My money's on the lawyers here, not me.
That's hearsay that lawyers told you that, because there's also been a lot of lawyers that have examined this case who have said that.
And that's actually false. That's true. Who's examined this case? I asked every single lawyer I met with if they knew Scott, whoever. I guess that was the name that's being talked about. Not a single one knew who this person was.
But
so I don't know what lawyers are looking into this. So I'm asking.
Lana, listen to me. We tried to get a lawyer to take his case back when it was going on. Nobody would touch it. And also, he wouldn't let anyone in to talk to him. Did you know that? He would not let anyone in to talk to him. He wouldn't allow it.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not. We tried.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that?
I was in communication with the Watts. I was with them. I was trying to help them get a lawyer back in 2018.
How
Chris
did you go
would
about
not
trying to help a lawyer?
There was lawyers that called the prison, and he refused them.
Well, again, I would love to see that chain, that log chain, because that's not there.
The Watts have that. They remember that. They remember. Lana, I tried.
I think that
I tried back then.
Controlled information back in the day, just so you know. I think people wanted to be relevant back in the day. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Okay, when you want to go and you have to try to get a lawyer for somebody, you don't just. I think that there's okay. Actually, I'll give you this. Okay, I'll give you this deal. Yes, back when this was going on, there wasn't any discovery. We weren't privy to have any discovery. Okay. Well, when Weld County gave us this, they made a huge mistake by doing that. They should have never released what they did. That's all I can tell you. I agree because look at the just like Netflix should have never released a documentary because somebody slipped up and gave out a couple informations on timestamps of phone calls, and once again, it'll show you that her phone was on and then it was off and it was on. I'm telling you right now, and that was easily proven. And the lawyers agreed, and they said, "Wow." I said, "Yeah." And so he clearly wasn't at home because he was on survey. So who was in the house doing this at these hours time? And all I'm simply saying is follow the evidence. We have to just follow the evidence. Yes, it's in the discovery. They didn't clean it up enough, and that's on them.
What page is it in the discovery that her phone was turning on and off when he wasn't there?
Well, here, if you can, I'm not at my desk right now. I'm actually out on the road. I'd be happy to sit down with you and show you that. Send me what you have. Here, wait, how about you do this? How about you text me your email address, and then that will help me, and then when I get... So are you available? I know I was talking to Dre for a minute. Is 9 o'clock good for you? Is that like good or?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Or is that
9 or
good for you?
9:30. I mean,
Are you in 30? What state are you in? Are you in Florida or Michigan or?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, okay, what part? Because I'm not that far from you. I'm in Columbus.
I'm north of Detroit.
Oh, okay, so this can't be that far.
Yeah.
Are you a big Detroit fan?
Uh-huh.
Meet up.
Okay, I'm a big Cleveland fan. I grew up in Cleveland. We would go. We would go sometimes. Where we go? We went to Windsor. That's over there, right? Yeah, that's where we would go. Right when we turned 18, we were like, let's all go to Windsor.
Are you gonna be open and honest with me about what happened with Jennifer?
Yeah, I have no reason to lie. I'm not a liar, so I mean, what do you want to know about that?
What happened? People are gonna want to know what happened.
I mean, personally, nothing bad happened.
What?
Personally, nothing bad happened. I said, personally, nothing bad happened. I mean, it was just a decision that, made based on your, like, Jennifer has a YouTube presence. Like, this wasn't going to be on YouTube. This was needed for, like I said, a website.
All right, I just want to cut in for a second because I want you to pay attention. First of all, you have to know that Lana knows she's being recorded. So keep that in the back of your head on, how she's replying and what she's saying. And then also, if you listen carefully, you'll notice that she really doesn't want to get in the mud with Kay about me. So I wanted to throw those two little things in.
Doing things with the lawyers, and then once you sign with that, you can't talk about anything, so you couldn't have any slip-ups, stuff like that couldn't go on.
But released screenshots of you offering her $50-some thousand a year to do the podcast.
Yeah, and that was until she, unfortunately made some poor decisions with, I don't involve myself with illegal activity. And then I don't think it's funny to do a trailer and put, vagina in it. These are things that, like I said, she was supposed to be doing. I didn't approve
that before she released it.
God, no. No, I didn't know that was on there. Like I said, that's the whole point of, I can't be, if I'm going to hire you to do a job, you got to do your job. And if there's any question mark that, you can't do that job and do it, professionally, then I can't. Just the decision making. Its bottom line is just, and there's a time and a place I guess you can joke around, but that's not the time or the place. So it was nothing big. It was just, yeah. And it wasn't just this case podcast. It was taking on all these other cases that I'm going to take on and do and help families. So it was like I said, a big whole production. Like this wasn't. I gave her an opportunity. And it actually was sad because I know that this is something that I love and my passion is to, produce stuff. Like, I just think that people didn't make the right choices, and choices have consequences, unfortunately. And I don't play games.
Meaning her being unprofessional with the
at the end of the day, it's, no mistakes can happen, especially stuff like that. Mistakes are one thing, but that was blatant.
But what happened in Colorado, though? Because that's a hard time believing it's just that she mailed herself weed. What really happened? Was she not taken seriously?
I didn't see her that much, so no. I think that she was a little bit strapped, though, with, like I said, I don't know. It was... I can't speak for her. All I know is that we were supposed to be doing filming and stuff all day on Saturday, and I'm in Frederick, and she wasn't. I have no idea what she was doing. So you would think that you're there. Yeah, pretty much. And we were, because I was doing a bunch of the investigating with like the 360 Life app and timing stuff with the different trips, and then doing
Okay, she was investigating with the Life 360 app. Did you catch that? Thought that was funny.
A couple with the different like surveillance and stuff that was around there, like Starbucks and McDonald's. Wanted to know who had cameras around there. Wanted to know how many different lights there were. Wanted to go to the doctor's office. Just different things that were, part of the case. And then we were just to go live from a lazy dog to do an episode, and she supposedly had a headache and was going home, not coming out and meeting. I mean, like I said, Jennifer knows that she didn't show up, so, and then, like I said, every decision that Jennifer made her choices. And then I had to make, unfortunately, my choices. And my choices were to, I want to move on with this, just like, and let's just, we could be cool. Like that. It had nothing to do with anything that was bad, screw you or anything like that. It was, unfortunately, my life right now this is a big part of it. And I got to be able to count on people, and that's just pretty simple. It sucked though. Like, you don't want to tell somebody, you know what I mean? And then I started getting blown up, messages about, the unfortunate decision making once again of mailing yourself. I mean, so I just think stuff like that. I mean, that's just not smart. I mean,
she's an idiot. She's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't understand why. You know what's sad though? You really upset me. I think more than anything, I was really disappointed. Because I don't get mad or angry. It's just more like, hey, it's just disappointing to see that that's what you did. But because of your actions, though, this is why this happened. It wasn't. I didn't do anything. Your actions made it. That this is how we had to move forward. But not being. I mean, I told Jennifer that no one's going to know about the lawyers and their, confidentiality with the family and anything that I have to say and do with them. Like, same thing. Like, I'm bound to that as well. So, and if she wants to say that that's where she got shut out of, well, I just don't understand why does everybody in this case and that they just, they're like, what's the word? I don't know. Well, where's my notoriety? I was like, wait, what? Notoriety? Well, you made yourself really noticeable with that vagina.
Well, yeah, that and that acting yourself weed and
yeah, that to me, that was my biggest hang up with that was just really disrespectful. Here's a family that, I don't care what side of the fence you are on about, this family lost everything that day too. And literally they just want answers because it's that messed up. Like I'm sorry, but
why can't they get answers?
I do think the watch.
Why can't they get answers from their son? Why can't they get answers from him? Why can't they get answers from him?
I don't think Chris knows all the answers. That's what I've been trying to say. Like how people want to call you and tell you about Denver. If you weren't there in Denver, you literally, nobody would have, like, how do you know what went on in Denver? You don't. You're just, you're just saying things. Okay?
So the son doesn't know firmly murder to his family?
No, I firmly believe that Chris does not know, like, a lot of the situations when people would be asking him questions, like, they just don't, that's just why I think, if we let it all come out, then guess what? If he's, if he's a monster like they claim, he's where he deserves to be, right? But if he's not, and this wasn't premeditated and was actually a completely different narrative, don't you think that somebody shouldn't be serving 5 life sentences if that's not how it happens?
Okay,
I do.
But again, without having new evidence of somebody else committing the crime.
Okay, I can promise you this, Kay. There is new evidence, okay? I can promise you this. There is new evidence. He has attorneys, okay? There is a website, and it is very transparent. And this website, though, is a crowdsourced people want to help people website. So the biggest thing that I just really, truly get upset about or disappointed about is that,
everybody wants to talk about this case, then hey, rally around and let's make history and let's actually find out what happened in this case.
But I think a lot of people think they know what happened because he said it. He said it.
Well, and all I can say is
said
people
it, and
get
it
false
has
confessions all the time.
But his
And he's
confession
given
has
so many. He's given which one though? That's what I'm trying to think. Like what?
the FBI
you've got
one.
people-
The FBI one because it's the same one he gave his family.
That's
It's
what
the
the
same
thing
exact
is.
one he gave his family.
Now, see, that's what you were told by two people, and that's. I'm sorry, but I wasn't going to stand by this statement, and I just think that people should have never been talking for this family in the past. Okay, and that's where
But
things.
they allow it. They hide behind people. Why can't they be? Why does
They
it
don't
need
hide
you?
behind people. They don't hide. They don't.
But Lana, why is this you? Why don't they do? Why doesn't Jamie do this?
They are. They're behind this website. That's why they wanted this website. They're behind this website. You will see
But
when
then
you go
why
to this
don't
website.
they
It is
do it?
them.
Why do they need you?
They are
why don't
doing
they
it.
do it?
How?
They're
Jamie knows
not,
how to
though.
website. Jamie knows how. Yes, they are.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you have Ron, Cindy, and Jamie come on my show tonight too? Then why can't they ever speak up for their son?
Because why would they? They're not going to go on YouTube.
But they let everybody else go on YouTube. They've been
No, that's the thing is that they don't. I'm sorry, but they
do.
don't let everybody go
But
on
they
YouTube.
do.
People
do.
see it on
Lana,
their
they hid
phone.
behind me. I have text messages, Lana, from Jamie telling me, say this, say that, do this, do that. I did everything they wanted me to do. And still they stabbed me in the back and went running to Jennifer when it became when I no longer believed their bullshit. So yes, they do use people.
Okay. Are you sure?
You're
Are you
forgetting.
sure?
I've been
Can I ask you this? No. But can I ask you a question though? What if I told you? Can you? What if I told you though that people that were in their so-called wheelhouse they weren't being honest?
Like who?
I'm just asking. Can you see that as a possibility?
But I mean, Jamie herself. But Jamie herself has been in multiple private chats. She's been in multiple groups. She's been up in people's DMs. She does involve herself. So to that extent, why can't she be front and center of this? Why you?
She is. Did you not see what this website does with the podcast? Whose podcast is this? That's the other part that Jennifer wasn't realizing this either. It's Jamie's journal. It's that's what I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, Jamie's journal? Let me tell you a little bit about Jamie's journal. So, Jamie's journal, Jamie didn't even know she was going to be doing Jamie's journal. So, basically, what she was doing was like, putting things in place, then letting them know. So, they really couldn't say no at that point because it was already out to the public. So, Jamie's journal, Jamie never agreed to.
She also twisted the text
agreeing
that
with
Jamie sent her and would just chop off parts, and just twist it into Shanann was the bad one when that was not what the full text said at all.
Right, to fit her narrative.
Yep.
That's why we're doing this website. It's because it's their family, right? We're going to help fight for their family, but it's going to be about them, and everything has to do with the website.
Okay, but Lana, what you're not understanding is they've had multiple opportunities to do this, and they have had other people that they have.
And those people, I cannot speak for other people, and I don't want to do that. I'm just simply saying.
I mean, they lie.
The
problem is they lied to me.
I've never been.
They lied to me and lied to me.
I talked to Ronnie,
but you don't know yet. If you don't know yet if you've been lied to. You don't know until you catch them in that lie. Cindy Watts tried to tell me that Kim Kaufman hacked her account and made up posts asking for a lawyer, and then I found out that's a true
lie. Because I know, no, that's not a lie. That's true because
that is a lie.
She 100% did that.
Nope, I have a voicemail from Cindy saying I lied. But I have a voicemail, Lana. I can play it for you. I have a voicemail from
probably
Cindy
Kim.
I lied.
Because Kim. That's because Kim probably made her do that. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to lie.
No, I know you don't. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm saying they are.
But I'm trying to tell you right now. If you would just please give this and just really, we're going to get off the phone for a little bit. We'll reconvene here before we get on. Really think about what I'm trying to tell you. I know for a fact.
Well, I want you to think about what I'm trying to tell you, too. I've been in your shoes.
The inner circle,
I'm not some outsider.
Inner circle was not, the inner circle, you can't, trust me. There's a reason why Denver went down the way that Denver went down. And
Okay, I have to interrupt here now. Lana knows she's being recorded. So she's trying to drop hints to Kay that Kelly is the problem. That Kelly is the one holding everything back and that Kelly needs to go. Now, Kelly has been a friend of Jamie since high school. The family loves her and trusts her. And here is Lana trying to get, this is another one of the people that were in the Watts inner circle that she tried to infiltrate out. She already got KK out. And now she's working on Kelly. Okay. So that's what was going on. And now she's doing this via Kay.
hey,
And Kelly's out, too, right? Kelly's out, too?
And Kay
I wouldn't say,
doesn't get it.
Out. Like, that's what people feel like. People are like they're out. Everyone's out. That's the best part about this. Everyone's out. Okay, it's this family and their attorneys. Isn't that what that's what it should be about? It shouldn't be a friend. Why would you be involved with anybody's legal matters? It's because
but they could have done this too.
Because they were
years ago.
Let me tell you why. Because they are the type of people that don't want to hurt people's feelings. It's all about feelings.
No,
Yes,
it's not.
the
They love. No, it's not. Jamie is a viper. You don't know her the way I know her.
That is not true.
It is true. It is true. It is true.
Okay,
I've seen the shit she said about me after everything I did for her. They do lie. And, I mean, how are you going to overcome the letter? Just tell me
What
that.
letter?
How are you going to overcome his letter that he wrote?
What letter?
The letter he wrote.
The
letter he wrote.
All
the
of
family
these
gave
are the most,
me.
yes, all of these are the most easiest things to overcome because it goes back to false. You're saying a million things because you don't know the truth. Does that make sense yet? I'm just trying to.
No, it doesn't make any sense, Lana. He wrote a letter. Either he wrote it on 8/6 or he wrote it when his dad came and picked him up at the airport. But how are you going to overcome that letter where he says, if anything happens to me, please look to my wife? How are you going to overcome that? And then his wife ends up dead.
What do you mean? How are you going to overcome that? They tried to give
How are
it to
his lawyers going to
the
overcome
attorneys.
that letter?
They tried to give it to his attorneys, and guess what? They never took it.
They didn't want it because it's
Because that's not their job. That's not
premeditation.
No. Listen, absolutely not. No, it doesn't. You should
Yes,
ask
it
yourself
does.
why the lawyers wouldn't take it. No, listen. No. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, you can look at things multiple ways. All this is going to build up and show everybody is that if we're all speaking the same thing, yeah, how many different versions have there been out there? Okay, so what is the truth? Are you leaving, babe? Okay. I'm sorry, I was rude. I was sorry.
Well, if there's multiple ways of looking at something, then maybe the Watts lied to me and they didn't offer the letter to his attorney, and his attorney didn't know about it. Well, that's another option.
The best thing that I can say, and that I think we would at least agree on this is, hey, let's go get the truth. We've been talking about this for how long? Let's go get it.
Well, I feel like we got it. A lot of people, but that's the thing, Lana.
Well,
have a hard
and then I'm going to ask.
People feel they got it.
And
people do feel they got it. If we
got it, and I'll say this: if we got it, then why does the evidence not support it? Why, when you release something, is there not this clear-cut evidence to show that Chris committed these murders? Why wouldn't that be all over? Why in fact are you redacting? And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But then that takes us back full circle. What specific evidence contradicts?
And then I have 52 pieces, and I'll be happy to show them all to you, just like I showed all the lawyers.
Okay.
Because they're out there on my channel. And that's kind of just sad, is that people want to come in my group and be a mole. Great, I don't care. Because all I'm doing is speaking the truth. But take the stuff that's actually, like, about the case. Why don't we talk about that? I want to talk about the case. Because they would have gotten away with the crap that they put off.
No, I can appreciate that. We can get the gossipy stuff out of the way, and then we can launch right into who the lawyers are, what the evidence is that contradicts his confession. And I will definitely give you a platform to do that. Absolutely.
And
without
a doubt. I just really appreciate if the hate in chat can be, no one wants to see that stuff, you know what I mean?
Yes. And I will make sure slow mode is on, and I will tell my wrenches that people absolutely have to be respectful of you while I'm interviewing you. So that there isn't, so it doesn't, people need to.
Yeah, I mean, they can write things. I don't want them to say they can't comment, write things.
But, well, and we can save questions for later. That's, trust me when I say I can do it in a very organized way.
Yeah, I think she just made a great point. People need to listen. You hit it right there on the head,
You're not listening if you're typing away. Yeah, you're not listening if you're typing and being snarky in chat. I don't like that. Yeah. I don't appreciate that, and I don't allow it. So I won't allow it, and I will make a banner saying that. And I will tell people you will have your chance to ask questions at the end.
Absolutely. I think that's fair.
And it doesn't need to be and it doesn't need to be a fight. We don't necessarily.
No, I don't want to
fighting.
No,
but I will challenge
you. Actually, I don't think that we should. I don't think that. Why would me and you fight? That doesn't even make sense. we have no fight.
We're not going to fight, but I absolutely will challenge you on things because I
think that you should. I think that you should. There's absolutely. You should challenge me on things because you have, like you said, hey man, I've had these experiences, so. I'm coming from not just like hearsay with certain things. I've had my experiences, and I can honestly say, okay, I respect that. Those are experiences, and I'll respect that. I think that unfortunately the wrong leadership and guidance was around that family at that time. I do, and I think that had that not have been.
But I was their leadership and guidance for a long time, and I think a lot of people would agree that they couldn't do much better than me. I had their back ferociously. And they still couldn't tell the truth to save their lives. And I caught them in so many lies.
And can I just say this? I think that people, when they can't tell the truth, it's because they don't know the truth. And I think that the Watsons want to be able to talk more.
But they know, Lana.
They know what? They know what?
Told them what he did. He told them.
I'm telling you this. I don't believe that he ever told them anything.
He did.
They wouldn't be going forward with this if that's the truth.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
Okay, well then that's your opinion.
They hate Shanann and they hate the root check this month.
They don't hate the root check.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Oh,
not a myth. Yes, they do.
Okay, you can't say that.
But their actions speak louder than words.
Can we just their actions about it? Like, yeah, and their actions are this.
Their actions are this. Don't you think this is torment for the root check?
No, I don't.
Chris denying now what he admitted to.
That's not. I didn't say that Chris is denying.
They deserve peace.
I said that the truth is going to come out, and we're going to find out the truth. I'm not.
How do you know we haven't already gotten it?
Okay,
and you just are not accepting it.
That's not. I already told you that I've accepted it.
But this is where you're going to need to tell people. But Lana, I'm telling you, people are going to ask you then.
Why do I disagree? And I'm going to show.
No, people are going to want to know. Is Chris changing his? Is he changing his confession again?
And that's not me to tell you that because why would he tell me anything like that? He talks to his attorneys. I don't want to know that. Why would I even ask that?
But you have to be able to say that on his behalf because there's no other reason.
No, I don't have to say
to get lawyers
on his behalf.
You do because there's no other reason to get lawyers.
Okay,
but unless he's changing his confession, there's no reason.
I got lawyers because of evidence, and the family wanted the truth. Okay, and that Chris said he's ready to fight, and that he wants his 35C. then he is
But what if
wrongfully
they have
being
the truth?
sentenced. Then if they have the truth, then hey, they have the truth. But it's their choice if they want to do this. And if his family and him want to do this, they have the right to do this. And it's
Well,
a right.
Yeah, they do.
This is a right. The 35C is a right, and it's whether or not, if you want to support people's rights, then you have to at least support the fact that if he wants to follow his rights, he is allowed to, and that's period.
Are the Watch paying for these lawyers?
Yeah, you're going to see all of that tonight, so you'll see it all black and white for you. Okay?
So the Watch are paying for these lawyers.
You're going to see everything tonight. I promise. I know that you don't know me from Adam, but hopefully at least people around you can at least say that I'm a good person.
How are you gonna? But how are you gonna show? But how are you gonna show anything? What are you gonna be showing?
Because the website's launching, so anybody that wants to sit here and try to tell me that it's not true, okay, then it's going to be all right there.
But people aren't going to want to pay the $10. They're going to want to hear it right from you.
Well, I'm going to tell them that it's very simple. Okay, then that means you don't believe in the cause that we're doing, and that's fine. If you don't believe in the cause that we're doing, then you don't believe in the cause that we're doing. So this isn't like I'm not coming on a gossip channel. I'm coming on a factual.
No, it's not about gossip, and I'm coming at you factually.
Yeah, and that's the truth.
So the Watts are paying for these attorneys.
You're going to see that. Yep.
How am I going to see that?
Yep.
How much are they paying?
When you go on the website, you're going to see it because we have it's called Track Your Money Page. So everything by you being a member, you're seeing and what that's paying for.
I don't want to have to pay and give my financial.
Well, then, I'm sorry.
You don't have to give your financial.
We don't get it. I don't get the information.
But you're telling me the Watts. Okay, that's a simple yes or no.
There's already been a wire transfer. Yes. Stop.
Okay.
I would not be coming on
how much
anything about anything.
How much are they paying?
I'm going to say this. We're done with this part of it. Okay?
You can't tell me how much they're paying for the attorney?
No, you can go on the website and you can see it all. That's the truth. And so it's either accept that answer or ask me another question. Or moving on to but if you want to meet up before we do the show, we can. But is 9 o'clock good for you then? I was just trying to make sure. I just wanted to work with your, both our schedules.
Well, 9:30 is actually better. I can
that's fine. 9:30. We can. Yeah, we can do 9:30.
Yeah, let's do 9:30, and I'll announce it for then, and we'll go into it.
If you want to, think about stuff, and then we can, chit chat if we need to beforehand. Like I said, I'm trying to be as transparent and as honest. Because unfortunately that's not what's been happening. And and I think you want to help with that, right? You want to clear up some misconceptions. So
yeah.
That's all it's about. And we may disagree on things, but I think at the end of the day, like you said, we agree on helping people, and maybe this case doesn't hit home to a lot of people, but it just so happened to be this is a case that I started with because the evidence didn't match up, and I was able to find things, and that's just how it all happened. I have a couple other stuff I'm working on. A woman in PA that was murdered in 2018, a teacher. So they still haven't found her killer, but a lot of corruption with it too. So
Karen's
just don't like
tuned out at
people
this
in
point.
powerful positions
She's not even listening.
Not doing the right thing.
Well, I mean, but some would argue Chris was in a power position as the husband and man of that family. He abused his power position by murdering his wife and 2 little girls.
Well, but
he was also in a power position as the man of the family.
I guess
so. When you murder,
I guess if people want to look at it that way, but I think that every one of her friends and every one of her family members, and from both sides, have said that Shanann wore the pants in that family. So I'm not going to agree with that statement.
But ultimately, they're dead.
But ultimately, he said why, and his rights are violated by nobody, meaning like his public defenders not going and doing their job and just sitting back and waiting for the evidence to come in so that they can actually examine things and then be interviewing people and what are they doing in this process. That's the bottom line. If people would have just done the right thing, me and you, we would probably never cross paths, because we wouldn't even be talking about this.
And you're going to bring the goods and tell me how his rights were violated, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, and then if you actually send me an email, contact, I can go ahead and see if I can get this report over to you. Just like a couple of different things you could pull up, That way, I know that you like to be prepared, so I'm going to try to get you everything I can, okay?
Yep, I will text you my,
yeah, just give me your email address, and I think that'll help. Okay?
Yeah,
and
I'll do that.
I appreciate you doing this, and I appreciate you calling or, giving me the numbers to call you and
For real,
this,
Jane Doe.
normal people,
Exactly. Okay, no problem. All right, I'll shoot you my email. All right,
okay. Good.
All right, okay, bye.
Okay, I know that was brutal to get through, you guys, but I had to play the first one to show the introduction because that was the first time they ever spoke. Okay, so I had to set the stage. I know it was grueling, but bear with me, all right? There's a method to my madness. Now, they talked 2 days later. That was on March the 9th, by the way. March 9th. And if you watched Crafton and Kim's live last night, you do know that everything kind of blew up with me on the 35C front on about March the 1st. So this is March the 11th. So Lana
that's my birthday. Woo!
March 11th?
Yeah.
Aw. So
This
on
is my
your
late birthday present.
Yeah, so on your birthday, they were chit-chatting. And so on the 11th, they had there's two different calls here. And these are the good ones. But I did have to play that first one just to set the stage. So here we go. We're going to roll into March the 11th. And I think Lana was really wanting Kay to tell everyone in her audience in the live that her website's legit. Kay's seen it. She's going to give her a behind the scenes look. All this
How
bullshit,
is it legit
you guys.
when she didn't pay people back who paid
Y'all,
for it?
Just wait till you hear this. It's insane. All right. So she had just lost my platform a week prior. So here we are with Lana and Kay again on March 11th.
Wow. And that's worse. There's more. There's more.
I mean, Kay, I'm very sorry. She
completely defamed me. And the fact that it got out when I was covering the Sophie Lund case, which was a case where a mother was falsely accused of molesting her child, Emily Harding and Jennifer made sure that this was made public, and it got back to my son and his wife. They were mortified, and my son went into a 2-month-long depression because of it. And my son publicly went on my page and said, this never happened. My mother was a good and loving mother, and people don't know what my childhood is like, and they need to shut up. And then he told people that my son was opening up and telling her son that he was remembering things. It's a complete lie. And not only that, Lana, because of all of this, my son admitted to me that Jennifer tried to sleep with him when he was 18.
wow.
Wait, what? What? Her son admitted that I tried to sleep with him? What?
Oh yeah, we have some good statements on that.
What? Oh my God. Okay, let's keep listening.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I am just
my son. She tried to literally fuck my son. when he was 8. Jennifer's fucked my brother. She tried to fuck my son. She's a fucking mental case. She has cheated on I don't know. I could go on and on. She's a fucking whore. She's a complete whore. And so for her to defame me and slander me and after she tried sleeping with my son, really? Jennifer, I never would have done this to her. When Murder Rap Sesh broke up, I thought, all right, fine, we'll go our separate ways. I'll go do my thing, you go do yours, Jennifer. But that wasn't enough for her. She had to try to destroy me when it was over. She had to try to literally destroy me. So you know what?
Well, I kind of feel like that's okay. So honestly, my angle here is, I do believe the Watts family's been through enough. I think that you can at least admit that part of it, like that they just deserve like peace.
Well, then they need to get off social media. Seriously,
they are.
I've been telling them that.
I'm also. I mean, I have to close all my groups up. Like that's literally me calling you is like a respect thing because I was just on your channel, and I just hearing this stuff right now. This is unbelievable.
She is the most treacherous. I'm telling you, she's going to pull out all the stops and all the punches, and she'll do and say anything. She'll make shit up. I don't make stuff up. I tell the truth. I told the truth, as was my experience with the Watts. If I've been wrong and I've misjudged them, and it comes to light, then I will own that publicly and admit that. But as it stands right now, they took everything that I did for them and they smacked me in the face.
I think that I know I know how that happened.
Well, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it because I went through a lot for them. Jamie would message me and stick me on people. I would go after the people that she wanted me to go after, often to my own hurt because I got a strike on my channel because of going after Mary Marlowe. The Rebecca thing led to endless months of harassment from Rebecca. I mean, it was just endless. And, you know, I'm like you. I'm like a pit bull. When I'm loyal to someone and I determine that I'm going to defend someone and fight for someone, I go to the mat for them. And I went to the mat for them. And they smacked me right in the face.
And so I think, for my opinion here, okay, I think that it wasn't the family that did this to you. Because it's proven true so many times.
Now this is where she's trying to hint around to Kelly.
It's the people that they claim to be best friends.
She wants Kay to say
right?
Kelly. It's funny.
So, and I don't know why somebody would do this to people that they say that they love and that they're family with, okay? All I know is that it has happened. I've seen it. And
I mean, Jennifer watched my children grow up. She was in my wedding. She watched my children. I babysat.
She was in your wedding?
She was in my wedding. I babysat her children. I have pictures of her children at my house. They were at my house all the time. Ruth stayed the night at my house all the time, especially when she was going through the divorce and things were hard. I'm a good person. I was a good friend to Jennifer. I had her back through thick and thin, and at the end of it all, this is what she did to me. She put this in the universe. Wow. She humiliated me and my son, and as I'm sure you can understand, it was devastating. And it happened because of my defense of the Watts, okay? So when Lauren Arnold gave me the information about the body, I believe in protecting my sources. So if someone comes to me and they say, I have unique information from the funeral home and information about the condition of the bodies, but I really need it to remain, my name to remain out of this because people can lose their jobs. I take that very seriously.
Absolutely.
So I got the information about the condition of the bodies, and I had reason to believe that Jennifer sold that information to Radar Online. Okay, she's got a very close relationship with Andy at Radar Online, and that's when it began. So the phone call with Mark.
Yeah, her version of that, by the way, because she mentioned that her version is they didn't need me to sell it. They just took it off of
our podcast or something.
No,
like
they
that.
didn't, because they put it out there before the podcast even aired. So she's lying.
Trust me, I believe this. Trust me, I believe. You know how I know that I believe this? I was with her in Denver. I believe your version. Trust me. Okay?
She's just a
Trust
fucking
me.
liar.
Trust me. No, what happened was we put out our final podcast at 11 p.m. Radar Online saw it and put an article out online the next day. That's what happened. I didn't sell shit. But she's trying to tell Lana that I'm going to sell something to Radar On. Oh, that I sold the call, the Chris call that I put on my channel, that I sold that to Radar Online. Radar Online didn't even use it. What is she talking about? Karen, what are you talking about?
It's money. She's desperate for money.
She's lying. Okay.
And she's desperate for money. She's in this relationship with this Chad guy. He's abusive to her. She's ruined every marriage that she had. Josh is a good guy. She ruined her marriage with him. So she bounced right out of her marriage with Josh, right into this marriage with this Chad. She doesn't even know him. She met him on Molly Golightly's channel. I mean, for fuck's sake, she married someone she met on YouTube. And I mean, and he was contacting me. He was contacting me when she met him.
Well, he called me, just so you know this, the night that Dre did, you know, I don't know, whatever she did. Chad called me 26 times. I had to block his phone number.
He's insane.
You know, I'm like, that's why I was trying to say, when you want to fact check things, I never bullied anybody. I have actually the true text messages and the true screenshots. And an hour and 27-minute phone call that she knew was being recorded, because I will tell people that. And she said, she's like, I know how you are, Anna. It's like, yeah, because I don't trust people. I don't. I've seen what this case has done, and I literally don't trust anybody. That's why I work by myself. That's why I did everything myself. That's why I keep to myself. But I do think that you got thrown under the bus. That's what I think. And I think that people lie.
But the Watts knew how much I did for them. They knew that.
So I'm saying, who has been in their circle since day one?
Well, Kelly.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, Kelly has been in their circle from day one. Day one. She's the one who reached out to me. She's the one who reached out to me in my group and said, you need to meet this family, and you need to talk to this family. And why would I turn that down? Of course I didn't. Of course I wanted to get to know them. I mean, of course I jumped at that.
Now, what happened? What's your relationship like with Kelly?
Well, that relationship is done and gone. I mean, like I said, to sit and pretend to be my friend, and you're shown proof of what Jennifer did to me and how she lied about me and hurt my son, who should have had nothing to do with nothing. He should have had nothing to do with any of it, okay? You pretended to be my friend. You pretended to be horrified about what she did to my son, but yet the first opportunity you had, you went running right to her. And it was disgusting. They went running right to her, giving her exclusives, and just, it was sickening. Sickening. Jennifer didn't take any of those risks. She was posting on social media when Murder Access broke up. Anyone still believing the ice cream story is a piece of shit. Chris Watts murdered his wife and children for a piece of ass. Da-da-da-da-da. She was all over social media saying that. But she, of course, changed her tune the minute Kelly went running over to, and Kelly came to me in November and said, wanting me to work things out with Jennifer. Why don't you just work things out with her? And I care about the both of you. I mean, I think that that's very condescending to tell someone that you need to work.
Okay, that's your mastermind right there. You nailed it. I don't need to tell you anything more. That's what that.
Oh, trust me, I know. Trust me, I know, and Mel knows it. And
you're trying to get me to say, listen, I know that's what you were trying to get me to say on your channel, okay? I know that. I'm not an idiot. I'm very smart. I think that you're smart. So I think that we can help each other if we're smart.
I'm listening. I'm all ears. I guess my only argument, Lana, would be Jamie knew everything that I put out. I put everything on the line for them, and it was a betrayal.
This is like for the first time. Listen, you're right. For the first time, guess what? When you want to say why now? Because she had enough, and she finally had the proof that she needed with the evidence. Okay, like I said, I can't be talking anymore. I'm coming to you because out of how I operate as a human being.
But they told me how Chris. She told me how Chris told her how he killed Shanann. So that it was in the middle of the argument. Who? Jamie did. She told me how Chris killed Shanann. They had an argument. It was an emotional discussion, and Chris told her that he wrapped his hands around Shanann's throat and couldn't let go. So Jamie knows he murdered her sister-in-law. Why? Just for that alone, he's going to be in prison for life. So why?
That's true. That's true. Why? That's not the law. Okay, if that was the law, let me ask you something. If that was the law, we wouldn't be here right now. Because there's, like you said, there's nothing to fight for, right? That's like.
But if it's just technicalities, Lana, he doesn't.
It's not technicality. It's not technicality. Do you think that the Watts' family deserves to live the rest of their life thinking that their son killed the kid that he didn't? Do you understand that?
Would you not want to tell them? But he needs to tell them if he didn't kill them.
He told them that he didn't kill them. I'm telling you that. I'm asking you, would you fight? If that was your son, would you fight? And I know that you would. If you're this pissed about a molestation allegation, I know that you would fight. If someone said that you killed your kid and you didn't, or that your son killed his kid, you would
then
fight
what
too.
is the reason he told the FBI and told his dad that that the kids were alive all the way to Serby?
He didn't tell his dad that. He did. Where are you hearing that from? You're hearing Kelly.
It's on my show. It's on my show.
From Kelly.
So Kelly's lied about what Chris told his parents?
Absolutely. Kelly's been lying for the whole damn time. We've been two and a half years. That's why we're here. Okay, or he's been fired here. Or now.
The alternative is, okay, but the alternative is Jamie's lying. The alternative is Jamie's lying to you about what Kelly has said, and they're throwing Kelly under the bus like they've done to everyone else. Okay?
No,
that's the alternative.
That's not the alternative.
It is.
Question: did Kelly go on her show or your show and said that Chris should just blow his brains out? Is that true or false?
Yes, it's on my show. It's on my We Have the Bombshell. I aired it before Dr. Phil did. That was my big coup de grace moment. I was able to air Chris's confession on my show before Dr. Phil was able to air the FBI confession.
Yeah, because they were trying to get in front of it. Who was on the show? Was it Jamie? No. Was it Cindy?
Jamie knew we were doing it. Jamie knew we were doing it.
Listen, will you just listen to me for one second? I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. When you want to say, like, yeah, they knew what you were doing. They didn't know what they were going to be saying. You know that Jamie has no idea that Kelly's there. They didn't listen. They weren't listening. They haven't listened to that.
They haven't listened to the Bombshell episode. They were listening that night.
From who? Who did you hear it from?
I mean, listen, I can go back to my text with Jamie, and
You need to. Listen, I know that you're a detective at heart. What you do is really some hardcore thinking here, okay? And I want you to say, if you removed one person from this equation, okay, how would the equation look? Would things start to make more sense?
The alternative is they're kicking Kelly to the curb because she's no longer.
They're still protecting her. I'm sitting here telling you that they're still protecting her. Okay?
They're still protecting her?
Listen, we're trying to help each other, are we not? You want transparency? I'm trying to give it to you. You were not kicked to the curb by the family. You understand that?
Yes, I was. They wouldn't respond to me. Cindy blocked me.
Why do you think that?
Ron blocked me. I can show you the last text I sent to Ron. I warned him about Shane Hoffman.
I did that. But it wasn't.
They did kick you to the curb. They stopped.
It wasn't them. It was somebody telling them to do that.
Right, and that's always their excuse. Oh, well, we can't speak for ourselves. They let everyone think for them.
Their excuse. It's not their excuse. It's actually the truth. I witnessed it. Can you please just listen to what I'm trying to tell you? I witnessed it.
The
Yes,
difference is right now, you want to talk about the difference? Okay, I'm going to tell you the difference. The difference is now they have lawyers, okay? So Kelly's word doesn't mean shit anymore.
well, I told you to get 2.5 years ago.
I know that. You could tell them to go get lawyers. I actually brought them to them, got them their attorneys, okay? I need you to listen. I'm trying to help. Okay. Oh, Jennifer Craig.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And
Or
she made a post.
Are Jennifer and Kelly still tight and friends? Jennifer and Kelly?
Oh yeah. Now they're sticking together tighter than thieves.
Oh, interesting.
Because of their scandal.
Mhm. Go ahead.
Okay,
Listen.
Listen. I have a son, Kay. You have kids, okay?
Mhm.
I care about my son. Right? I'm an honest person, and I've done everything on the up and up. I'm not trying to just help this family. Okay, I'm trying to help other families. My company's legit. I'm legit. And you don't have to endorse my website or be a part of it. All I want you to do is be honest about the legitimacy of it.
Well, when you get the IRS determination letter, I
already have all that. Hey, I already have all that. But what I want you to do it through is because you've seen the evidence. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my evidence. Meaning you can have a Zoom meeting, or we could both drive an hour and a half and meet. I'm going to show you everything I have, so then therefore you can see it for yourself. But I think that you can be on the right side of this because it's going to shock the world.
But I think he's guilty. The shadow speaks. The shadow in the driveway, a little shadow walking towards him, and he picks it up and puts it in the back of his truck. One or both of those girls were alive when he left that house.
Okay.
And he admitted.
Do you understand there's no legal footage of that? You do understand that, right? There is no legal footage of that.
Well, I mean, there's the driveway video. I mean.
No, wait, do you know where that came from? No, I'm just saying, do you understand that did not come from a warrant or a subpoena? Because when the warrant or subpoena got served and finally came back, it said that there was nothing recorded that day. Do you know that?
Then where's the footage from? It's clearly his driveway.
Can you please, I'm asking you.
He's not innocent. He's not innocent.
I don't think that any of them are. I think that they're all guilty. I think that Shanann's guilty of things. I think that Chris is guilty of things. I think that everybody that's involved.
Shanann is the one who's dead. Shanann is the one who's dead. She's dead. Chris is alive. That alone tells you he did it. Shanann's dead.
Let me ask you something.
He's silent.
If his version of events, I'm asking you a question. If his version of events are accurate when he gave his first confession, right? Don't you think that should be completely investigated to the point that to show that that's not true? I can show that their investigation led to that it. Oh my God! Look at this! Oh my God! Look at this!
If his first version of events was true, why didn't he call 911? Why didn't he try to perform CPR? Why did he conceal the bodies?
All of those questions are legit, okay? But that's still that I believe that if this family wants
it sounds like you believe Shanann killed the girl. And that's your right. That's your prerogative.
No, I don't know. No. I don't know what happened. That's absolutely 100% not true. I'm telling you that the detective and the police officers and whoever was involved in this investigation, I can prove that they manipulated and falsified documents, 100%. That's why I have lawyers. I said that. Oh.
I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I can't. You're not showing me what they falsified, which is what I want.
I said when I called you, I said what the phone call was about, and this is I couldn't, be live on your show. But if you want to see the evidence that I went to the lawyers with,
Yes, that's what I
would
want to
do
see.
that.
That's what I want to see.
But in turn, you though can, upon seeing Lana's evidence, you can speak on that. You can say, well, this brings up a lot of questions with this. You can say whatever you want about it, but you won't lie about it. You won't be like, oh, that didn't show that, because I know that that's going to be a lie because it does show it. But there has to be some trust here, Kay.
I agree. So back up the bus, though. What is the thing between Kelly and Jennifer? What is it that you're talking about? They're digging down now together. What's going on there? Please tell me so that I know.
Honestly, that's why I called you.
Tell me. I want to know. Dying to know.
I'm because that they.
Yeah, go ahead.
With all the non-disclosures, so like they're not. I'm just saying they're not part of it. So like, if any information is coming from either one of those people, like I don't know if you can do anything about this, but she posted something on her Patreon, and she illegally obtained video that I had from the lawyers, and she put it on her Patreon, and she illegally then gave out the password for it. And I mean, I don't know what people can do about that, but I told her I was reporting it, and she, then reported me for.
Yeah, go to Patreon. That's a violation of Patreon.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know how to do those things, Kay. I'm telling you that she did. I have the screenshots for it. I will send it to you. You can have it.
But if it's your privacy.
Okay, so what Lana's trying to do here is say, hey, I've got this thing, because what happened in Denver was the lawyers gave them a documentary that was on Vimeo, and it had a password to view it. And after Kay's live, when she exposed the lawyers, I posted the Vimeo link in my Patreon. So Lana is saying, because she came to my Patreon and said, you don't have permission to share this video, blah, blah, blah. So she took screenshots, and this is what she's offering Kay in exchange for legitimacy of the website.
It's violated. It's not mine privacy. It was the lawyers that was the producer privacy. But I'm saying she obtained it, like she got it from me because of the meeting, and then she went ahead and she knew that she wasn't supposed to put that anywhere, like because Kelly gave it to her. I don't know. It basically it's just all I know is I don't know if you're in any of these. Like, I'm out of all these groups or whatever, but I came across some stuff.
I'm not in anything at all. I have people that report back to me. What is it that she shared? What is it?
Oh, it was a documentary. You have to it's a documentary that she, like I said, the lawyer gave me. You have to pay for it, but it's not even produced right now. It's already been produced, but you can't the producer has the rights to this, and I don't know if they have it on something. Like you have to pay for it. It's like a Netflix thing, And she got my version, which was like the author's version.
And you put it on her Patreon?
Yeah, I can send you the screenshot.
Hang on, let me ask.
And she posted the password. So she not only did she post this video, but it's a complete private. Like you have to have a password to even watch it. She then posted the password for it. That's number one that she did.
When did she do this?
When I got offline with you, she posted it within 30 minutes.
All right, send me screenshots. Let me see.
Okay, here you go. Let's see. Okay, I'm really sorry it's that by yourself. I have no idea. I have no idea about any of this stuff, but that's just popped up again because it's in your. Ugh. Gross. That's not even. So here, I just want to. Oh, something that's cool, but here, I want to send you this. This is just a fun fact someone sent me. It said that Lana and Kay had more viewers than the president. So I just thought, they went to me, so I thought I'd share that with you. That's funny.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, so there you go. Just that for you. Right. They hit me up and they're like, When I take it, the more views than our president. I was like dying. I was like, and if you look at the stream, it's pretty funny. It's just, oh, here she did it. One more online. Okay, here, this is it. So I got, this. Okay, adding that. Okay. I don't want any of this used on your like channel. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for you, like, to be able to do whatever you like. Is that a deal?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't use your.
Yeah. So there, like, you could see. So what she first did is she posted, because it came in my Patreon email, it's a documentary of Chris Watts' New Lawyers in Action. And I said, what the heck? And as soon as I saw the password for it, and then you see I commented and said, you do not have rights to those, and it's being reported. And immediately she, like I said, I was just trying to get pictures. Oh, and then this one, did you see that last thing I sent you?
So Johnny Durango is Roger Halstead. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, but I wanted you to see this other one's important because it was, and that's the, here. She's going to do a tell-all, she says, on her page. I thought I included that, but hold on one second.
Okay, but where is this at? Where's Roger posting this?
In some here, I'll show you the top of it. Like I said, I don't have time for this stuff, but I was like, you know what? Where is it? What the heck? Hold on one second. This was just something today. Okay, she's doing a tell-all. It says, just so you guys know, when the time is right, I will tell the entire story on my channel. I don't plan on I don't know who this girl is, tell both sides about anymore. And I think in the first one I sent you, she was saying how to ask her, like, where is she? What gives you the right? I don't. Oh, wait, you know what? I forgot the last one then. There was another one.
Anyway, Chris Watts, New Lawyers in Action.
Yeah, like that. It's what they won their awards for off of like 4 of their false confession cases, and she obtained that illegally. Okay. Kelly said it was okay for her to put on because the lawyer said it was okay. Kelly, you never talked to the lawyer. It's all just a bunch of lies. And at the end of the day, hold on, let me see this. What the heck? At the end of the day, this stuff is what I'm trying to, like, prevent, is just the lies. The lies need to stop. And I'm doing a pretty good job about that.
But you can't come on my channel and give your side of this? I mean, that would not be helpful.
Yeah, because I'm not allowed to. I swear to God in my life, I'm not lying to you. The thing is that there's no sides. What I'm trying to tell you, though, is that the Watts are finally, like, it's just them and the lawyers. You know what I mean? And I busted my ass to get these lawyers, and that now, just like how you got your name defamed by Jay, and I'm sure Kelly was in the mix of that, and, but they're going to try to do the same thing to me that happened to you, and
is she trying to say you did something to your son?
I'm saying I have no idea what she's about to try to say. And after you just told me your story, I think that she'd say anything.
She'll say anything. Oh, I know she will.
That's my
I know she will. Yeah.
That's my point. And I think that, if me and you can have a trustworthy relationship,
I don't backstab people, Lana. If I have a problem with someone, I go directly right to them and I resolve it. As a matter of fact, I had one today, and I went right to the person and resolved it. I don't play that way. I don't backstab people. I don't. What you see is what you get.
I get that. And see, they're all.
And I have a show to run, and I have a persona to keep up. Okay,
Yep.
I'm not Critical K round the clock. I'm Critical K when that camera comes on. So, and I'm sure you understand that. I have kids to feed. I have a living to make, right? And so I'm Critical K when that camera's on. But however, I'm not going to backstab you. If you tell me I can't use something, I won't use it. If you tell me to use something, I'll use it. Once I commit to something, I throw my whole self into it. However, I feel he's guilty, and I have to be upfront about that. I feel he's a murdering bastard.
I don't guilty part. That's fine.
I mean, he murdered his wife. He murdered her. He doesn't even deny that.
I'm saying I respect your stance, okay? But I also respect
even if she killed the kids, he didn't have the right to kill her.
When you're in a state of rage, what I'm going to do. And we have to just let that. I mean, nobody has the right to take anybody's life. I agree with that. But also, you don't know the situation and how things play out. So all I'm saying is I respect your stance, okay? Can I publicly say that he's going back to claiming Shanann killed the kids? Can I say that? I mean, it's true. No, he's not publicly saying anything. What's happening is that this is being reinvestigated by his attorney because.
Can I say that?
Yeah, that's why you get lawyers. It starts in like the beginning with the lawyers. What I'm trying to tell you though is that whoever your sources are, there's no source anymore. There's no these sources. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, there are sources for everything.
He isn't talking to Kelly about the case because they're not allowed to. I don't even know if they're talking. I'm saying Cindy and Ronnie can't talk about the case. I can't talk about the case. That's why I came to you to tell you that. Why I think this is important is because but when things come about, you can actually be the person that can actually have that breaking news because it's going to be broken everywhere. Well, at least why don't you have the truth on your channel?
This is where it gets really, really good. So, yes. Emily, are you there?
Okay.
Well, I'm all for that. And if it's true that he's claiming she killed the kids and his lawyers are reinvestigating that, then that's the truth, and I'll say it.
What I'm saying as this progresses and as this goes forward, you will.
She's telling Kay, you are gonna get this breaking news.
I'm here.
You're gonna be able to break this on your channel. Like, you're gonna be it, Kay. Come on. What do you think so far, Emily?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? She must have things muted. All right, let's keep playing.
Yeah, okay? I'm saying nothing now because that's not even the case. I'm saying it's just gotten to the state that he has his lawyers on retainer, and now everything is going to go and take a process of, getting his files, taking.
So what do I have to do in return for that information? I mean, what do I have to do in return? Because there's always a give and take. I know that.
Well, I think I made that perfectly clear about that. My name is being defamed by people, and it's not okay because it's not true whatsoever. You don't have to believe in either side of what this falls on, but to believe in the cause. So if you have all my information, you see it's all legit, backing the Innocence Project doesn't mean, that's no different. Because there's going to be a lot more cases, okay?
Well, and Lana, I agree with you. And even if I were to give an inch on whether I believe he's guilty or not, it's not going to matter because people, you don't understand the power of public opinion. And I'm persuasive. I know I am, but I'm not that persuasive. People hate him.
they can hate, okay? But everybody out there wants a trial. Everybody out there wants the truth.
No, not everybody. Not everybody. Not everybody.
No, I think,
let's be fair.
I think
A lot of
right.
people do. Yes, I agree with you. A lot of people would have liked to have had a trial, but not every case goes to trial.
I just said, then it may end up in another plea bargain, it may end up whatever, but he's getting his 35C is the point, okay? And then
Well, it hasn't been awarded yet. It hasn't been granted.
When all this stuff comes about, okay, I'm trying to get you to be on the, like I said, let's help each other out, okay? I don't think it's fair that what they did to you back then, okay, if you could prevent that from happening to somebody else, would you do it? Would you help them? I'm going to help.
Of course
you.
I would.
Yeah,
of course I would.
Hang on a second.
Saying,
where are you guys going?
Sorry. Hang on a second. What are you guys doing? You're playing airsoft guns? All right, please don't shoot the house. All right, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. No, you're good.
And then they shoot my siding. They shoot my siding with their airsoft guns. They put bullet holes in my siding.
When we were little, we took BB guns and we would just we shot them out back or whatever.
Yeah, but BB guns don't put holes in siding. My siding has holes in it.
Oh gosh,
you have no idea what I go through.
My cousin started shooting at stuff, and my parents were like, "What are you guys doing out there?" We're like, "Nothing, just being stupid." So what are you doing? It's windy out here, isn't it? It's windy. Oh, windy.
Do you have an iPhone? Can you see my dog?
Wait, I can't. Hold on. I gotta. If I on this ledge. Hold on. I can't even click over. I'm sorry.
Oh, you can't FaceTime?
I'm in a bra. No,
oh, well, flip it around. Oh my God, you're in a bra.
You say so. I was like, I can't kind of, but I will. Why do you have a dog?
Yeah, we're waiting for the boys to come out back. It's windy out here. It's so windy. Is it windy there?
I'm just happy it's warmer. God, we've had past couple of days. It was 72 yesterday.
Oh my God, yeah, it was 60. It was 64 here, which is pretty. Yeah, that's pretty temperate compared to what it's been. It's a little chillier today. It's just windy.
Okay, I'm so sorry to you. I really mean that.
Back to what you're saying. Yes, I would want to prevent. Yes, I absolutely would want to prevent seeing that happen to someone else. I think it's wrong of Crafton to drag your kids into it. You've not done anything to Crafton to deserve it.
Nothing.
So I will. When the time is right, I will say something to Crafton. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't bring your son into it and drag, because I don't know you. I don't know what kind of mom you are. I don't know your son, and that's irrelevant to me. I would never do that. And I would never have dragged in Jennifer's kids. Never would I have ever done that to her kids. Why? I guess 2 of them are suicidal. So I would never do that to them. I mean, she knew how my son struggles with depression. His Navy ship was hit by a missile, and his good friend nearly burned to death. My son has a lot of mental health issues from being in the Navy. They shot him up with God knows what. He had thousands of vaccines pumped into him. He was in Japan for a year. He was exposed to radiation. He's got a lot of issues. He didn't fucking deserve this. And what she did to him is the most despicable thing you could do to someone. And for her to tell people that my stepdad's my cousin, fuck off, you bitch. What does my stepdad have to do with it? My stepdad is a retired Air Force colonel. He's a respectable man. She dragged him into it. She dragged my sister into it. He told people that I use my sister. My sister and I love each other. I love my sister. I don't use her. She's just evil. She's evil, and I'm sorry that you. Who introduced you? Who introduced you to her?
It was, what was it? It was, I don't even know. It was, Kim. Me and Kim went on her channel. Okay, I was going to say, I want to give you credit for this too. People like you and me, people that are shady don't like us because we're not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like, we're strong individuals, and like, we do our own work. We have our own content. We do it because we put hard work into it versus like, I mean, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I just think that right now is a very good time and situation for you to capitalize on some things, because I ended all that stuff. And you'd actually be surprised when I say this, like, you know, I swear to God on my life to you right now, okay, that family has never said a word to me about you. You understand that? And that's how I knew something was off.
Mhm.
And that's how I knew that the things you were being told, it wasn't coming from them. And it's the same thing that I noticed that was happening. And I put my, you know, I don't want to feel like, you know how Kelly even came on that trip? Kelly wasn't supposed to come on that trip. Why would Kelly come on that trip?
That's a good question. Why would she?
I mean, what did Gina tell you about that? And honestly, I didn't watch the episode. I don't know what Gina said. All I know is that what I've seen Gina saying, and that's why I had to have a conversation with her. I was like, why are you lying?
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't really recall Gina telling me why Kelly went on. I'm not sure she knows.
So me and Gina had to talk. This is one thing I told Gina. I was like, Gina, I'll give you credit for one thing. Gina's like, Lana, it just needs to be you and Ronnie. You and Ronnie. And I said, well, I can't do everything. How do I record myself? I mean, what do you mean? Like, I was like, why don't you come? That whole trip, for the record, the reason it got turned into what it did, okay, is because of one person. And then it's the common denominator of everything.
Well, why? Who? Why did it turn into the way it did because of one person?
What do we think?
Well, my instinct says, well, okay, Kelly, but Jennifer's no shrinking violet.
Jennifer wasn't going to go. Jennifer was out. Jennifer said, you know what? I don't want to deal with this stuff. You know, I have my channel, and I want to, like, I'm telling you. Okay?
But her channel is shit. Her channel without watch, I mean, come on, look at her channel. She doesn't really have a channel. She doesn't do anything.
She just calls me up. I don't even know this broad. And then she's just in a room with me. I'm like, I didn't feel, like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with anybody in that situation. I'm also like, I'm going there, and I told the James, I'm going there to, like, do a job. Like, I need my room to be, like, I have all my binders out, I want my stuff together, I want to prep. Like, I have to go, like, I'm not going there. I'm going there to get the best attorneys. Like, this isn't like this is serious. This is very serious. And I'm not going to be taken like a fool.
I totally believe you. I 100% believe that you are committed, you're enthusiastic, and you really believe in what you're doing. That I believe, 100%.
I believe in my work. Okay. Like, I know how to do certain things. I believe in my work. I have a special eye. I can catch things. I don't know. I have a photographic memory. I was born that way. If I see something once, I can remember it. I would never take a book home to study until literally like the day before, and I would just like look at it and okay.
I'm the same exact way. Yeah. I can read books and commit it to memory. I'm the same exact way.
That's how I am. I am very organized though, and I'm sorry, but I have personal pride and personal respect, which then allows me to demand that from other people, you know, and I'm going to give that to them in return. And I said it on your channel, you know, maybe people went there and had different priorities, okay, but I know I did what I was supposed to do. I know that everything that I did and have done for the past 4 or 5 months is the reason that where we're at right now. And trust me, I had to overcome a lot of obstacles, okay? You have Kim in their ear. You have Kelly in their ear. You have all these other people. Well, guess what? Where are we at right now?
You just heard her say Kim and Kelly were obstacles. So it's just like I thought. She infiltrated their inner circle and got out anybody she could so that she was the point of contact for that family. Manipulation at its finest, right here.
That's how I knew it wasn't the Watts family.
Okay, but
And that's
Lana,
how I wanted to tell
understand.
you that.
Lana, listen to me. Let me cut you off right there. Listen to me. Understand, you may feel where we're at right now is a good place. You're going to have a lot of resistance in convincing people that we're in a good place. Not everybody is going to agree that Chris deserves
I say that we're in a good
second
place. No. I'm not talking about the case. I'm talking about the family. That we're in a
Okay,
good
but not
place.
everybody agrees that family
No,
deserves
the
anything.
the bullshit is out. I'm sorry, but this family, this is going to help you, Kay. Listen, you weren't the problem, okay? People were jealous of you. Do you understand that? And people needed to get rid of you because they needed to get rid of you, Kay? Because, oh, God, that's going to bye-bye my limelight, bye-bye my everything. I mean, that is the truth. I called today.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Okay.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
It was not the Watts family. Okay. When you have people triangulating people.
Do you like how Lana's buttering her ass? Saying, oh, people are jealous of you, Kay. Now come on my live and make my website legitimate to all these people.
That's what has been going on since day one. Okay? I witnessed it. I saw it. And honestly, the difference here, I'm telling you, I know that you want to believe this, but I tell you this is that I was able to bring evidence to the table plus a plan, and I already had it all in motion. And it was like, do you want to come to Denver? Are we going to go to, we're going to Denver. And they're like, hell yeah, we've been thinking we wanted to lawyer since day one. What's Kim been doing? And I was like, well, Kim told me she wanted to get power of attorney. When she said that, I said, all right, I'm like, if that happens, it's suicide. Like, you're done. So that's the truth, Kay. And then I sit back and I like to listen. I like to examine things. And you were, without a doubt in my mind, okay, I think that you were rightfully pissed off. And so things may have come across on your channel and things that you said, whatever. But people in that circle did you wrong and needed to get you out. And they succeeded only because of the time period that it was when this was happening. Okay? Like,
And I think
I
think you're right.
If you were to be involved in their lives, okay, at this time period, only because they would have seen, like I kept saying, well, you guys have done this for 2.5 years. What do you think the problem is? You don't think I talk to the Wattses like straight up and give it? I mean, I don't give a fuck about. I don't care about feelings. This isn't a feelings thing for me. This is a job to me, and I'm going to give it to you because other people aren't telling you the truth. And I don't play this game and talk behind people's back. That's not how I operate. And if you want to call that bullying, no, it's called blunt. I'm just very blunt about things. I keep it professional. I may joke around, but I try to keep that at a time and a place. And then things that how people try to take me down was people in that circle trying to get stuff out there about me, thinking that I would walk away. Hey, get CPS called on her. Do this, do that, do that. Well, guess what, hey, they never met a motherfucker like me. And when I mean that I'm not talking about the family, I'm talking about the people were in that circle.
Well, I can tell you who I used to call CPS, Jennifer. She fucking loves it. That's one of her favorite weapons is calling the police on people and calling CPS on people. So if anyone called CPS on you, I promise you, it was Jennifer. Hands down.
Well, then they started just that, but then they started sending stuff to, like, I was in the middle of a divorce at the time when I'm doing this, in a custody battle, and my son's my world, Kenny, and that's why, like,
your story here today, I swear to God, in my life, I had no idea about this ever happening. And now that becomes personal for me because nobody talks about people's kids. Nobody.
Right. Jennifer does.
Especially talking about them and lying about them.
Well,
that is
welcome to my world. Welcome to my world and what she did to me. And I'm telling you, if CPS was called on you, it was her. She is your villain. Telling you.
I think that I can help you, and I think that you can help me. And actually, I think that we probably can take on future endeavors, because if you're serious, and which I clearly think that you are, I think that you care about your channel. I think that you care about your people. I pay attention to your live views, and Jennifer doesn't come near the close to live views that you get. Like I said, I sit back and I pay attention to things. And I would just hope that if we can be colleagues on something, that you can at least get behind my, legitimacy, and that I'm not a fraud, and I'm not, because I'm not. And I'm not, I don't want people that are, POSs to think that they can take something that's, this is designed to help the lots. Okay, I'll give you a bone here, off the record. Their retainer is very, very expensive. Okay, they put down a chunk of money. Okay, but the website needs to keep that funneling to pay that. And people that are in their inner circle know that. And what did they do? They went out and started making lies up about this website and about me, knowing that that's directly going to affect the people that they supposedly love. Now, that is disgusting.
And I guess my question is Jamie going to finally get rid of Kelly? Because if not, the problems will continue.
It's gone. I took care of
and
that.
It wants nothing to do with anything that Kelly is involved in. Nothing.
Kelly's not it. That's why I'm talking to you about it. I just don't like to say. I don't like to talk about people. I just like to say the inner circle is not there anymore. Okay. And I know that's what you were trying to get at the other night. I'm not an idiot. Okay.
Yeah.
But now that I see what somebody did to you, I don't know anything, okay, about your guys' past. And I try to just keep things like business, and it was I'm here to talk about the website and show the legitimate.
What do you guys think of that? I took care of that, Lana says. Kay says, if Kelly's involved in anything, I want no part of it. I took care of that. It's no more. Well, I think Kay thought it was a private call, but Lana knew it was being recorded. So yeah, this is Lana admitting that she was trying to put a wedge between. What? Oh, can you not hear me, Emily? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
But yeah, she was trying to put a wedge between Jamie and Kelly, and this is basically her admitting it. Like, I took care of it.
Right.
And now, when I sat back, when I heard these, I finally sat back and reflected on the entire situation, like we talked about last night. And I saw her trying to get rid of Kim back in December. At the end of December, Lana started calling me and saying all these nasty things about Kim and all these reasons why I shouldn't like her and why she stole all of Lana's work and this and that and the other. And then I see her now working on Kelly,
But Lana sat there and made fun of Shanann for so long. I mean, what was that? Shazam, her little channel.
Oh, yeah.
For what she did, where she would sit there and mock her, "Hey guys."
Yeah, I guess she did something before Shazam. Even she had
really?
a group about Thrive. It was like a Thrive group, and she would make videos. And I didn't know this until way after, but I didn't know she had this other group earlier where she would make videos talking about selling Thrive. And she would actually talk about Cece and Bella getting kicked out of Primrose because they were trying to sell Thrive at school.
How would a little child be trying to sell Thrive at school?
Right. And not only that, then she wants to be the Watts victim advocate. Oh, I thought that was a kazoo. Damn it.
I wish I had one. No, it's just a vape.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like
I
just
got my
crank out the
Germany shirt
kazoo.
on,
I
because like
love
my
it.
family's actually been there, unlike others.
Hey, but do you have a tapestry on your wall of a German castle? Have you ever, has she ever shown you that?
No,
She
no,
got an
no.
Afghan made, like those Afghans that are like people hang on the wall
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
German castle and it's hanging in the living room on the wall.
Oh, is that like her curtains or something? Because she can't afford curtains, maybe?
It's a wall decor. Okay, so yeah, so this one's almost over, you guys. This call is almost at the end, but I wanted to make mention of the Jamie Kelly thing because I think that's absolutely evil. Evil. No matter what you think, if you don't like Kelly, if you're going to be their victim's advocate, you shut your mouth and you pretend to like Kelly while you're helping the family. That's
Right?
what professionalism is. This
We'll
shit.
see what Kay said about the Watts. Like, she's like, oh, they just chose the wrong person to confide in. They didn't know that I was going to turn on them.
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, she literally had this plan from the start.
Yep.
I mean, that's insane.
It is. It's crazy. All right, let's finish this call. And then we have one more. And that one, it gets better. As they get more comfortable with each other, they get more open. So, all right, here we go.
Of myself and my cause.
Well, here, I'll give it to you in a nutshell. I come from a family of wealth and privilege. Okay? My parents have $1 million home on Lake Huron.
Yeah, I come from.
Jennifer is extraordinarily jealous and always has been. I was just blind to that. And so our friendship, our 25-year-long friendship was me being naive and trusting and just wanting a friend because it's never been easy for me to make female friends. I'm a little weird. I'm a little autistic, so it's never been easy for me to make female friends. I don't think things the same as other people do.
Did she just say, I'm a little autistic? She said, I have a hard time making female friends. I'm weird. I'm a little autistic.
What?
What?
My favorite is her whole drug thing. That whole story. That's my favorite one.
The crank?
No, the one where she was drugged by her ex or her G's dad, and then like dragged up the stairs or something by some kids. I don't know.
I've never
It's
heard
crazy.
that story. I've heard the stories of her being high on crank, but
No, she tried to claim that they gave her drugs and that's where her son's like problems came from.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
No.
Gee,
And then she
so
also tried to
sorry.
claim that it's actually a like some kind of genetic disease, but then her son and his wife actually showed her proof that it comes from drug use while pregnant.
You're kidding.
No, there's actual like Jen sent me the like it's real. Like her son has issues from drug use while
Wow.
she was pregnant and she lies about that and she tries to say it's something else and
I
yada
didn't
yada
even know that he
yada.
had issues like that. So I don't want to get into it, but I
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
realize that. So that's news to me. I just knew that she did drugs in California and that was why she moved back to Michigan. So
Yeah,
that
she
would
did them
make
while she was
sense. I mean,
pregnant.
she had
So
him out there and then moved back to Michigan, I think when he was 4. And that was when I met him. So I've known him since he was 4. So it's very, very sick and perverted for her to make any kind of assumptions
I know.
sexually.
See, the thing was, so this is how it all went down. Okay, so Jen
Which
is not you. Like you
Right.
and Jennifer, like you guys share the same name. Jen is her son's wife.
Right. His son is Jen as well.
Yeah, so like
Or his wife is his son.
Yeah. So she had sent him a text message of her working out, like, something like, oh, do you like this? Like, just some like normal things that couples do, like whatever. And Kay rolled with it and said, oh, that's Jennifer. That's Jay. It wasn't. It was his wife.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So that's where those whole accusations come from.
Wow. All right.
She just tried to twist it in a different way.
She twists everything. All right, let's listen to the rest of this twisted call. I got to go turn on a light because it's like dark in here now. All right, hold on. All right, I'm going to play it.
And I'm just a very unusual person. Jennifer was my friend, and I wanted a friend. So I turned the other way to her bullshit.
Hey, I think it could be awesome that you're just opening up like this. I have to tell you that. Thank you. I appreciate this.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And I turned a blind eye to a lot of the bullshit that she did and the people that she hurt. And I allowed her to hurt and use me again and again because I just wanted a friend. I was weak and I was stupid. But once she hurt my son is when things, that's when I literally, Lana, when I saw that, I could have ripped her throat out.
Oh my God.
I could have murdered her for that. If she had been in front of me.
About me, like, I mean, I'll get in the car right now. I mean, I got to buy a plane ticket, but I'll be on the first flight to Florida. I mean, there's no, like, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. This needs to end. And I want.
She would murder me over something that I didn't even do? She wants to murder me. Is Jen in chat, Em?
Yes, she is in chat.
Hey, Jen, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I really do. All right, let's continue. This part's sick.
To end, and I want your help to end it. And then I want
to arrested. She deserves to be arrested for that weed shit. How is she getting away with it? Again,
I don't think she is, and I'm gonna check on that. I got some people already on it.
I mean, she needs to be fucking arrested. Do you know what having a mugshot of her would be a game changer?
Well, there's other things that she just did. I told you I'm going to contact. I need your help though with that. If you can do something with Patreon, okay, and get that word out, then I can turn around and give it to the private investigator that I'm working with, okay? And I can say I need you to do something about this because it has to do with lawyers then, okay? And they're going to go ahead and know. I don't.
Well, no, I think it has to come from you. You contact Patreon and you say, this is copyrighted content. This is copyrighted private blah, blah, blah. They will take action. She can't get away with that.
And she's not. You just have to tell. I'm not familiar with that. That's why I brought that up the other night. When people are like, this third party, yeah, everybody has an EMS system. I have the same thing that Patreon has. I don't have access to anything. Do you get the people's cards? No. I need you to help me in that aspect of just like that. This is not. I mean, I can't help it that these people out there are making this about a third party website has this. That's not even me, Stein or that is not me. And trust me, I'm doing everything I can because I don't know how that is even there. I've never filed bankruptcy. I've never been. I don't have anything on my record. Nothing. I don't know where this came from. And I don't know.
Well, I'm not concerned about your past. Like, I could care less. We all have a past. I mean,
no, but
I've got credit cards.
We all have a past. But I would own it if I did it. Okay? I just had a divorce, and they actually were like, yeah, oh, well, we got to take care of this because this is in Atlanta. It's not even my social security number. I had emails contacting these people.
What the fraud stuff?
Yeah, that's what they've been talking about. There's no fraud. And they don't even have, the one didn't even have my social security number. The other one didn't even have a social security number for the person. This must be on backstage with Jay.
Well, and I know you wanted to post your business stuff, but you need to understand, I have people that watch my channel like a hawk, and if I post any private information, they fucking report it. And it doesn't matter if I have your permission. I'm in trouble. So,
anything. I
wish I could, but I can't.
I want you to just say, if you believe in the truth, I will meet with you. You can see my evidence. You can see, I will sit down with you. I will walk you through the website. I will give you behind the tour of it. Okay. You know, obviously, and then you can say,
exactly what we did. You know, hey, I met with Lana. She walked me through the website. I saw everything. I saw all of the paperwork. You can just then say it is completely legit. If there's, I mean, every question that all of my viewers have had, I went and did an exclusive with Lana. Okay. Maybe we can even go ahead and record some of it, but that none of it can be shown until, I mean, I'm in a non-disclosure. Nothing, I can't do anything, okay? Otherwise, I would. I cannot jeopardize losing attorneys. I can't do that.
No,
I mean,
I agree. And if these attorneys
my word,
are
I keep my word. And I'm sorry,
but you need to understand, if this doesn't go the way that Chris and his family think it's going to go, they're going to be out all of this money, and it's going to affect your website. Anything you do in the future then is going to be tainted by this.
It's actually not, though. We can't
It
help
will be,
fighting.
though.
We're
It
fighting
will
for
be,
people.
though. If it comes out that but if it comes out he's lying once again and he's putting her family through this, it's going to negatively affect your website.
It's not, because they want the truth. They want to know what happened. It's not about Chris. They had nieces and they had granddaughters. It's not about Chris. They want to know what happened to their nieces and their granddaughters, and I can get behind that.
He's the one in prison for it. So the truth needs to come from him.
And he changed. I get what you're saying.
But listen to me. If okay, he goes to his family, even if he went to his family and said, she did kill the girls and I killed her in a rage, okay? Even if he said that, he still deserves to be in prison for killing her. He just does.
He's going to serve the time that he deserves to serve with the type of sentence that he should be getting.
But he disposed of their bodies in the way that he did. That alone would be a life sentence. Disposing of those human remains in the way that he did.
Sentence. It's 12 years max. If they're concurrent versus congruent versus contingent, like, what do you mean? I mean,
okay, but he's so high profile. Maybe if he wasn't high profile, see, the people in Colorado are just not going to let him get out of prison. Like, it's not happening. Even just killing Shanann. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had no right.
So Day for Justice just did this, which is against the rules.
Yeah, let's go back to her rather than continue to argue, Chris, because it's such a headache. So, yes. Okay, so you need to...
Wait. She just took stuff from my website now.
Then you have got to contact Patreon, and they're so easy to contact. Have you... Hang on, I'll get you the fucking contact.
Fucking shit. That is, Jamie. Never mind. That's Kelly. Kelly did that. That is from Kelly.
Hang on, I'm getting you the contact.
Okay, well, we're about to burn them down. If you want to burn them down, I'll help you.
Oh, I would love to burn them down. Well, no, I would love to help you. It can't be for me because she's not doing this to me.
Okay. There was another person that was in Denver that can tell my whole side of the story, and she's willing to do it. You have to keep her completely anonymous, and she will come on your channel. She's not going to show her face. She was there. Okay? Is that what you need?
Okay, report a creator.
Let me just think about it. I'm going to help you, okay?
Is that I'm sending you.
Me and you are going to have an agreement. Me and you, it's going to be called the Sons Agreement. Okay? I would do agreement because...
Look at. You need to contact them, and you need to report her now. I'm telling you, they act.
Let me get off the phone. Let me get off the phone with you right now. Let me do this stuff, and then I'll give you a call a little bit later. Is that okay?
Yeah, get what you need to get done and call me back. I'm just sitting here. I'm not doing anything today. Okay, so I'm going to be writing though. I have a monologue. I'm going to need to start writing. So just handle this Patreon. I'm telling you, they will act.
Do So I have your faith and trust that our conversation is stayed right here between us, okay?
Yeah, so it's staying right here between us, yes. I did let someone know what she's doing on Patreon. That's all I did. I let someone know that. So, but there's nothing I can do that's not doing it to me. It's you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't care about that because that could have been seen by anybody. That's fine. Okay, I'm just
to contact them right now.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
For 18-hour monologue.
Yeah, she was just at home writing. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of that? She said she wanted to murder me for what I was doing and saying about her son, and that shit's not even
true. Yeah, it's just fake stuff that she came up with in her head.
Kind of scary.
Where's the is the one coming up where she says she's devoted the entire time to you?
That's the next call. The final call, I saved the best for
Yes.
last. And then we have a couple new clips from this past Monday to play. I have one clip from Monday. And if you want to know anything else about this woman, all you have to do is go to Natasha Cooper's Reclining with Natasha. Watch her video on the PDF, and you pretty much will get the gist of it. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Emily, what do you think about being in this call, though? Me and Emily Harding, what did she say we did?
We have been trying to destroy her or something, and we've just been doing. I know. We started talking maybe what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Not even like. I mean, we were
didn't
friendly, but like
fight.
we didn't
We
have
just
any
didn't
like.
talk.
Yeah. I mean, I liked your stuff. I would watch some of your stuff. You liked some of my stuff. It wasn't like we were like had
We
this
weren't
big
enemies.
plot.
No, not at all. But we weren't like talking on the regular or
No.
anything. Aw, thanks, Rose. I love Rose. Rose has been around since day one, too.
Yeah, except Rose yelled at me.
Jen in chat. Oh, she did. Rose
Yeah.
has her moments, but Rose is kind of a bulldog. But Jen is Karen's daughter-in-law, unfortunately. She's in chat, and she came to defend her husband, and herself from these horrible accusations. Because not only is it horrible on me, but think about him. Think about him.
Yeah, and all the other stuff she's put out there, like it's just.
And then to say, "Oh, she tried to f my son." Who says that about their kid?
Right? I think she was the one who wanted to try to.
I just
That's
think,
my opinion.
Cooter, that's so sick. Cooter, I agree with you. He says it breaks my heart how cruel people can be. And I think that's why we need to do things like this, because how many people have supported this person for years and given her how much money? She's always asking for money. I mean, a lot of people. And I just think that people need to know. And if you want to make your decision, at least it's an informed decision, and if you continue supporting people like this, but people need to know. So, all right, on to the last but not least call, the juiciest of them all.
Gotta save the best for last.
I do remember my kids are Brads. How are you? Hell yeah, Noah. Noah says bring it to light. All right, here we go. Wrong Rose.
How to do anything anymore. I signed a non-disclosure, so I can't do anything, but I won't go on any channels. I'll be happy to talk to you.
Okay, so hold on. This is Lana telling Kay, lying to Kay, saying that she has a non-disclosure and that she can't come on the channel and talk because she has signed a non-disclosure. But really, she's trying to not have to come on for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it'll make sense as we listen. But yeah, that's a LIE.
If you want to know facts about what I found in the case. I personally believe that you actually like what you do and you actually want to know things, because I don't think that you're lying about that.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do. So you can't come on my show and talk about what is in the discovery?
Not this time. Not making that up. That's why I said call me.
So you can't go on my show at all anymore?
At this moment, no.
Why are his lawyers refusing to confirm what they're doing?
I don't think anybody's refusing to do anything. I think that you gotta ask lawyers why they do what they do. You know how lawyers are, but I'm sure they have a reason for everything.
They got
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm rolling up my garbage can. Hold on one second.
All right.
I didn't realize how loud this was. Jesus. Oh. What a mess.
Right, Scarlett? A blatant lie. She had no non-disclosure from any lawyer.
Okay, sorry about that.
I mean, they got to know this is a high-profile case. Like, people are going to want to know.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think they'll probably do however they normally handle cases, like, however they do it. You know, making their media. They have, I mean, these aren't just slums. So, what I was going to ask you about was, you know, I know that we're both aware of this, but I know that Dre gave you all that information with everything in Denver. She called me up. And I know how you got it.
What information?
My question is this issue with Dre?
Wait. Specifically, what information? What
She told me, Dre told me that she gave you everything, like all the stuff that you had. She's like, she told me she turned in everything that you had. She turned it over to you, and then I don't know what spins got put on it or whatever. But all I'm trying to say is, I didn't realize that Dre and Jay, I guess they had some bad, like, I don't get involved with things. I don't know people like that. That's not my thing. But it was clear as day to me that Dre's issues with, what's her name, Jay, wasn't about Denver. It may have been like, you know, just a whatever point, but there was issues way long before that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm saying I had no idea about that stuff until it was brought to my attention after the fact. So, but it's unfortunate though that it's being roped up into all of this stuff, because it has nothing to do with this case or anything to do with whatever business deals they have going on and whatever partnerships. And so when I was asking you, I want to know about you and Jay, was because I didn't know if you guys were partners. I didn't know if Dre and all these names.
To be fair, I don't really know what happened between Jennifer and Dre. I've been asking for days to get the lowdown on that, and I don't really know.
Yeah, because that's where all this is stemming from. Because I was kind of mind blown when Dre called me up on the phone, and but that's just, I mean, at the end of the day.
What is Dre claiming happened between her and Jennifer? Because I don't even know.
Well, I want to be talking to you off the record here. I'm not talking to you on the record here.
That's fine.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, I won't say anything, Lana. This did not come from you. I won't say anything. Trust me.
No. That's not it at all. See, I'm not getting involved. That's the other thing. I don't get involved.
No, and I'm not reporting.
I wanted to know. I'm
not
wanted to know if you guys were business partners or what, because I was just going to give you this heads up. Listen, okay, between me and you, I actually think that you want to be an investigative true crime journalist / reporter. You know what I mean? I think that you want that for your channel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, but wait a minute.
You don't go on, you don't go and record well, the one thing I will say that I don't think is appropriate is putting on people that are making the WASP be out as pedophiles, but that's okay. I mean, that's why I asked you fact check things. And what I'm offering,
I'm not putting out there that I'm not putting out there that they're pedophiles. I said people have speculated that because Christopher.
No, not people have speculated that. A woman came on your show, by the name of Beth Houston, is claiming that.
Well, she's claiming that Christopher was molesting the girls. I mean, she's an author. She has the right to make that claim. I mean, I'm not going to tell her. I'm not going to tell her what to claim and not claim.
No, so she's not true crime. Is she non-fictional, fictional?
No, she's a true crime writer. She's a bona fide true crime writer.
Oh, what did she write? I'm just curious. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anything about these people.
I don't know. You'd have to Google her Amazon. I think she did a Diane Downs. She wrote about Diane Downs. She did. Just covered a bunch of cases.
I got you. And what's your affiliation with Kraft and Barnes?
Just that I don't really have much of an affiliation with him. Just that, you gotta know, Lana. Jennifer told people that I molested my son. So since I found that out, I have been on a mission to fucking destroy her, and I won't stop until she's fucking destroyed. When you cross that line and you get dragged,
wait a second. So then we feel the same way. Then I have a son. I didn't know you had any kids. I'm sorry. When I say that I don't know about you guys, I'm not lying. So I don't know. I'm not I have no idea. I think that family is crossing a line. I have a son. He's 5 years old. How old is your boy?
Well, he's 29 now. He's an adult.
Gosh.
And I have 15-year-old twins. So you can understand.
Oh, you do? Oh my gosh, twins? How did you do that?
I have twins. I have identical twin boys. So you can understand that accusation by Jennifer being put out there is defamation and very damaging. You have my family, my relatives, I have coworkers who see my show and they see where and when my name is mentioned. And people saying I molested my son is extraordinarily damaging. It's defamation.
Yeah, well, that's where this is all going. And where this is all going is that I wanted to know your affiliation with Kraft and Barnes, because it looks like you're endorsing defamation of character, because that's all that man's about.
Well, no, I mean, my association with Crafton, is Crafton's going against Jennifer, so the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with you, really.
No, but his videos, because he put my son in a video of his. So I think that you can understand when. I think he's done it more than once. And then he's using a baby with a mustache and something, which I don't care who the baby is. That's uncalled for completely. I don't know who the baby is. I think it's in complete poor taste. And as parents, we can't let people, I don't care what side of the fence you are with anything in life. Babies, children, that's just crazy.
Well, I agree.
And I agree with I didn't know, did Jennifer make these claims on, what did she do? She just said this on her podcast or whatever
She said live? Okay, when Murder Rap Sesh broke up, he had all of these people in a chat, her Wench Crew chat. She had Karen Holman and Kebby Card and Michelle Lee and Jess Lynn. I don't know. She had about 12 people in there, and she said it in the chat. Well, once you see something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think
it goes.
And that was proven true. Here you go, babe. Sorry, I'm moving my son. You give me cheesy beezy with some little juicy. Here you go, babe. All right, well, I'm going to have her just in case you decide. Right now. What are you looking at? Make sure you're okay. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Are you there? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry about that. This whole not going to school thing. It's just I'm a pretty good multitasker, but
cake. Wow, twin boys. Twin boys. I can't. I mean, I'll give you props for that, girl.
But
Having twins. I mean, especially after having like one, that's what your like life's gonna be. But when you have like the twins, like after you just have one kid, that's just a lot, you know.
well, I have a son, I have a daughter, and then I had identical twin boys.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I give you props. And they're 15.
I mean, my kids are, two of my kids are adults. My daughter just texted me she got approved for a loan to buy a home. Her and her boyfriend are buying a home together. I mean, my kids are healthy, well-adjusted. Jennifer's kids are every week threatening to commit suicide and have been raised by a fucking sociopath. She's a fucking sociopath. So for her to go into a private chat and say I molested my son and put that in the universe, for that to get out there, knowing it would get out there, since she did that, I have been committed to destroying her. And I won't stop until she fucking is destroyed. I hope you understand that. You just got caught in the crossfire.
I kind of realized that, but I didn't know I didn't know what started this. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, why is J and K hate each other so much? So what happened? And I mean that's, and you saw that like it was in chat. There's a picture of it. You know what I mean? I was like, wow.
Do you guys hear this? Do you hear this? Huh. Maybe I need to give a little background here.
And you saw.
So, my son was.
Jay, you're muted.
Oh, I am? I should be. I think they can hear me. Oh, I was muted on Zoom. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, my son, when he was 16 years old, was involved in an accident where he was walking down the road and holding hands with his girlfriend who was 16, and she was hit by a vehicle that came from behind, and she was killed in front of my son. And yeah, he's struggled very, very hard.
Who wouldn't?
He's made a lot of progress, but he struggles with PTSD. And that right there, you support Karen after hearing something like that? Shame on you. Yeah. I've been threatened that she wants to murder me. She will take me down, whatever it takes. And now this.
And she spent the past 2 years devoted to just destroying you.
And you too. I mean, I'm not trying to, say that I'm the only one that she's done this to. But this whole thing with her son, it needs to be put to rest because he doesn't need it, his wife doesn't need it, and I don't need it.
No, she's been calling their job or his wife's job and stuff and like all this stuff and like it's insane.
Horrible.
And some people still support her and still sit there and send her money and say, "Oh, you're doing great. Screw these haters. They're just jealous."
I mean, this goes beyond YouTube or channels or anything. Like, what is this?
She even said there, like, she didn't even want a channel. She's just devoted this to destroying you. Why? Because you left her stupid murder rap sesh thing?
I guess.
I have no idea. It's like she gets fixated on people. Like, it's like a obsession. And she thinks she's above the law and that...
Oh, yeah, she can tell people to dox me. But then she goes and says, I don't dox. It's just like...
She emailed my dad the other day asking for my address so that she can press charges.
And
against
she thinks
what?
your dad's going to be like, oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah, here's our address. Here you go.
He doesn't know everything she's done.
No, he called me in the room. He's like, the critical case sent us another message.
I love you, Dad. I love that. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. And to see people support her makes me sick.
It really does. I don't know how anybody does it anymore.
You hear her talk about, I was born into wealth. Jennifer is jealous. What?
Oh yeah, she
What?
tried to say that you were like begging her for money for $4,000 to renovate your kitchen,
What is she talking about? Like,
and she refused to do it
we
because she
both
didn't
come from the
trust you.
same class of like middle class. You know what I mean? Like, my parents both worked. My dad retired from Ford. We weren't poor. I mean, she makes it sound like she was born in this like royal family.
Well, then how come her inbred mother won't, give her money for a lawyer?
Good question.
If she's so wealthy and has so much money, how come she has to go represent herself in courts in
Well,
a
maybe she's like
federal court
Lana.
case?
Maybe she's like Lana and she thinks she can just do better.
Oh yeah, well, she's a detective, she thinks she's
Yeah.
like,
Did you hear Lana going, I know you want to be a investigative journalist. I know that's what you want, Kay. It's who you want to be.
well, you got to go to school to do that, honey.
Oh, she's trying to say she can get her there if she just promotes the website. All right, let's finish. I just had to address that because that pissed me off. Like, don't talk about my kids, man. Don't talk about my kids. All right. We are halfway through this one, so we're getting there.
I've got screenshots of it. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's just fun. Hey, baby. Want some of these?
It's fucking disgusting.
Well, I mean, I'm really sorry that somebody would say that. I mean, like I said, I'm not here about people. I'm here. I do what I do. But I think to even witness that and seeing that in the flesh, to see that. But I mean, those are very big, huge accusations, and that's just what's wrong on every level.
And then to make matters worse, do you know Emily Harding?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, Emily Harding is a former team member of mine that had to kick off my team because of her constant shit stirring and drama causing. She knew that Jennifer did this to me. So either she or Jennifer or both of them went to Sophie's Army, which are the people that I'm fighting against in the last case I covered, the Sophie Long case, and they told them about these accusations, and then they went public. They went public and started posting it all over Facebook that I molested my son and that I groomed him to be a molester. My son is 29 years old. He's a Navy veteran, and he suffers with depression as it is.
So you're telling me grown-ass women are writing this stuff?
Emily, let me know if you want me to pause it at any point. Just put your hand up and I'll pause it so you can make your commentary, okay?
Yes, and it's because of Jennifer.
I'll just wait till it's done
So I hope
because
you'll understand. This is why I want
I'll make my
her.
commentary after.
She's there. She's got one foot in the grave and another on a banana peel, and it won't take much to push her completely over.
I love banana peel. That's
seriously. Would you deny that? She's teetering. She's
okay. So this is my thing. Is when I get this phone call, I said to myself, why is Drake calling me? And I knew that it clearly. I mean, when I got that phone call in the back of my head, I was just like, yeah. And I just didn't see Dre around much, whatever. But I was like, this isn't my beef. I have no idea what you guys are doing, what's going on here. But making this about using the WAP to, I don't even know.
Okay, but the WAP went running. This is the problem, Lana. Let me help you out here, okay? back when I was helping the Watts and I was defending the Watts, and look, I can send you screenshots of me saying to Jamie, you guys need professionals. You need lawyers. Let me help you. I wanted to help them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was trying to help them, and then it suddenly became clear that they were backstabbing me and going to Jennifer.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? I think I know what happened. Can I ask you a question? Who was involved friends-wise back then?
Well, there was a lot of people. There was Mel, Kelly.
I mean, there was a lot of people. Perfect. I just want you to stop there. Okay. So, perfect. I think I pretty much tagged what's been going on for the past 2.5 years. Okay. And honestly, it wasn't UK. Okay. And I think that, I don't know who you're ever having conversations with, but there's like a lot of lying going on for people to cover their own butts. Okay. I have no doubt. And I think this is a thing that doesn't make sense though, to me. And I said, you know what? That's not going to be my issue. That's not going to be my concern. Is it always comes back to the why. Okay. And I keep saying that this is a family matter. And that's why when I was on your show, the one thing I was upset about was that, you know, it should be about Jamie, Cindy, Ronnie, and their lawyers and Christopher. You know what I mean? It's a family affair.
That family has involved multiple people. They've done that. They have done that.
Okay, the family hasn't. You're wrong there.
Yes, they have. They've involved multiple people.
The friends have.
But they allowed it. Jamie sat in private chats. Jamie did this too. They created private.
Okay. Jamie didn't create. What if I'm sitting here trying to tell you something, and you can maybe like connect it up because I know you're smart. You're smart. I know you're smart.
But I know that Jamie. You need to talk to
You're
Sherry.
wrong.
Listen,
I don't want to talk to anybody. Listen. I'm talking to you. I don't want to talk to anybody because what I'm going to offer you is you can either be on the right side of this or the wrong. And what I mean by that is, who's even getting your sources from saying I don't have lawyers, I don't have lawyers? Well, clearly whoever getting that information was wrong. So the thing is that right now there's no more information being given out because the right things are happening with the lawyer. Like it's there's no more people can go around telling people gossip and this, that, and the other. It's finally not happening. Okay, you understand that? It's finally not happening.
I don't know what's happening.
Exactly. That's the point. Thank you. That's the point. No, you don't know what's happening. Versus all this crazy. Yeah. Nobody knows what's happening because it's family and lawyers. Okay.
I busted my butt.
I'm giving you a word of warning. I busted my butt. I found it.
Listen to me, Lana. I'm just going to give you a word of warning. Do not assume to know. Do not assume and presume to know everything this family is doing behind your back. I promise you, they have roped in other people. They've done this for 2.5 years. They've pulled strangers in on their schemes. Do not presume to know who else they're involving. I promise you, they got someone else in the wings. I promise you.
And I promise you, that's impossible.
It's not impossible.
Because of what people had to sign. So unless they want to go on against the disclosure form, then hey, they're going to have to deal with that. But no, this is actually different this time. Okay, that's why I'm actually having a conversation with you. You said you want to what? Take down Jennifer? That's your thing?
Well, that's not my thing. I mean, my show is my thing. But what she did to me and my son, she doesn't deserve to sit on fucking YouTube and have any credibility at all. She's a liar. She's a liar, and she defamed me in the worst possible way. And for that, she deserves the platform.
Listen, I believe that. I believe. If you're telling me and you have screenshots to prove that, I believe that type of stuff. I do. And no, I don't think that's okay. I think that's disgusting. I love my boy, and I'm sure you love your boy. Like, that's what moms do. They love their kids. And to ever even go there with that, like, that is wrong, okay, on every level, okay? Oh, no, it's completely wrong. So I believe, though, that you actually, like, you prep for things.
Jennifer would call me up and want to wing something last minute. That's not how I operate. I run businesses, and then if I'm doing this, yeah, that's why I said, hey, when's a good time for you? Okay, what about good? That's how I operate. Now, I think that we can work together to achieve a common goal, which is, do you want to see us get back in the courtroom?
I don't know about that, because what is
so you don't want to.
Is your goal to take down Nicole Ketchinger? I mean, what's the goal?
Absolutely not. That's not my goal. God, no. My goal is to just get this to the courtroom. Period.
Yeah, but not everything to go to the courtroom. Not everything. How?
I'm asking you. Okay, what I mean by that is that this is handled by professionals so we can get the truth. Do you not want that? Do you not want to get part of that?
It wasn't already. But how do we know it wasn't already?
Because I'm sitting here telling you that it hasn't. The truth is not out there. I promise you that. We wouldn't be talking about this case if the truth is out there, and I think you know that.
I believe he killed those girls. I believe he killed all three of them.
Okay.
I've always believed that.
Really? Because that's not what you were saying back in the day?
It was what I was saying back in the day. Just because I allow people their speculations and theories.
So then you said you were helping the Watts, but yet you believed he killed everybody. And what were you helping them for? Because that's the thing.
I was helping them with their enemies. Okay, Mary Marlowe, Rebecca, all of the people that were coming after, defaming them. That was my position, always was, to the social media aspect of it, the way people form camps and the way people go after. I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you in that people go after victims' families unfairly, and I felt the Watts were being gone after unfairly.
They are.
And I worked my fingers to the bone to defend them. And then they flipped like a switch on me.
Okay, well, I'm going to sit here and tell you one more time. It was not the Watts, okay?
Well, they sure as the fuck went along with it. Jamie went running right to Jennifer, knowing what Jennifer did to me. I mean, I showed Cindy and Jamie the screenshots of Jennifer.
Because they were lied to. Because they were lied to by people that they trusted. You understand that that's what's been going on? Okay, I know who it was, but I don't sit here and talk about people, but I'm trying to help you pay his.
Well, I don't deny that they may have been lied to, but they're also liars. Joanna, you have to understand. I mean, people,
I know more than you think, but I don't get involved with these triangles. I don't get involved with triangles. But I will tell you this, all right?
All right, that is the end. That is the end of the calls. What do you guys think? You guys still support this person? Still think she's critical?
She's so critical. Hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that is the end.
Oh, you gotta mute your tube again.
That is the end of
I mean, I just really have no words. Like, listening to that just makes me feel sick.
I know, the whole thing, like, I mean, what? I don't get it. And you were in that first chat, like, I just re-added you to our first mod chat where we first met. She sat there and trashed Shanann for how long? The entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Up until she could not get any more from the Watts. So she turned on them and then went to go try to butter up to the Rouge checks, and that didn't work out because of everything she had done from them.
Like, they're ever going to accept her.
No.
You know, I was just telling my husband today, I'm like, she has a lot of nerve, you know, like, I know I've flip-flopped on the case a few times in the beginning, and I did, and I still
I did too.
Not about, like, who did what, but I still, like, just still don't understand how it happened, and the two different stories of the girls being alive when they are, you know, on the way to the site and then not.
Right.
But for her to complain when she went to Denver and be like, oh, the Rusaks are, you know, harassing us, and, you know, we're not doing anything about Shanann, and they should leave us alone. And think about this for a second. You have a girl who has said nasty stuff about their daughter who is dead. And then you have her going to their house where their daughter lived with her family and taking
jumping into basement
selfies.
wells and like
Right.
taking pictures,
selfies, smiling and laughing,
recreating the interview of the guy who just murdered her and their entire family and their grandkids and their daughter, and she's gonna sit there and reenact the interview. Like, who does that? Of course they called the cops.
I would too.
Right? They still technically own that property. It is still in, like, you know, like limbo.
And even if they didn't, it's still, you're right, it's in limbo. And their daughter lived, that was their daughter's home. Like,
and she's gonna sit there and be like, oh, I think the kitchen's still purple. Who cares?
Parker
And then she had a
said
follower.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Then she had her follower or one of her little group members go after there and steal the doormat and a little toy that they could find.
Yeah,
like, that's just.
I found out today that was a doormat. Hang on. Parker Pond said, with all due respect, didn't you go to the Watts house? I did, yeah. But I didn't joke around and laugh and take selfies on the front porch. And I didn't make the Netflix documentary calling her a bitch. So to me, it's a little different. Plus, I was in Denver with the Watts, with Ronnie.
Yeah. It's a bit different, like, you know. And you didn't go up there and recreate the interview and mock it and take selfies and smile and be like, here we are, let's grab some rocks,
yeah, just
as mementos.
Whatever, right? Whatever, Karen. Okay, here is the recent one I'm gonna play. This was just last Monday, so the calls I played were from March, and now this is from just this past Monday.
Now, I get why Jennifer is mad that I've told her dirty little secrets. Well, you know what, bitch? Turnabout's fair play. You lie on me, lie about me and my son, try to muddy my name. I'm going to tell people the truth about you. The truth about her is she's a fucking philanderer, a serial philanderer. She cheated. That's why her first husband left her. He was constantly hearing rumors. I mean, fuck sakes. He came to my house during the Peach Festival, the Romeo Peach Festival, 1996, and sat in my kitchen crying about all the lies, the rumors that he was hearing about her sleeping around, and he was wanting to know, are they true, because I was her friend. I sat there and lied for her. I sat there and said, no, she loves you, Reinhardt, she's faithful to you. It was nothing but a fucking lie. I lied to the man. He's had 2 more kids with her. I feel guilty about that all the time, but she was my friend. She's a fucking serial philanderer. She's a slut. She sleeps with everyone and anyone. If you look at that date, the Oklahoma City bombing happened April 1995. I have moved back here in March 1995. How could I have had any contact with Tim McVeigh? How would I even know him or who he was? I had just moved back home. So just no, absolutely not. We didn't start talking to James Nichols until 2000, 5 years after. We ended up calling him 5 years later. In 2000, my daughter was a year old, and we ended up going up there just to get his side of the story. I didn't tell her to spread her legs for him.
That was Karen last Monday. Isn't she a joy? Why is she so obsessed on me sleeping with everybody?
I don't know. Do you want to sleep together when I come down there?
Don't be starting a rumor now.
Right?
Oh my God.
Like, that'll be the new thing.
The fuck?
You've left Chad for me.
Yeah, Sheila, exactly. She said, Did you hear Kay making fun of those kids in Shanann? Oh my God, she would F women and men. She's jealous because no one wants a he, she like Kay. Do you feel that Luna is using anything besides alcohol? Some of her videos, she seems off. I really don't want to like comment on that, to be honest. It's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I've been everybody. I mean, obviously, Kay has told everybody that I use drugs. So yes, I did use drugs before when I was younger. So like, I don't want to comment on that stuff with people because that's a personal, private thing, and that's somebody needs to deal with on their own. You know,
I
like that's
agree.
not something to be put out. Like that's a
Because if she
personal.
does have something going on, like that's not funny. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
don't want
it's
people
not funny to make fun of. Like it's something that's serious and like it shouldn't be taken lightly and like.
True. I mean, even the kind of person she is, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't like her, but if
No,
that is what she's doing, I hope she gets the help that she needs.
Me too. They're asking, Mary. They're asking about Lana, not Kay. Or I think they were asking about Lana, right?
Huh, Shell says Georgia dog will fight you.
Oh, yeah. She'll win, Georgia dog. Shell will win. So, I don't know if Jen is still here, but I just want to thank her and G again for, speaking out and putting the truth out there. And I know it's not easy. It can't be easy that's your mom. That
Yeah,
would.
and once again, I never messaged them once they came to me. So any lies saying that I contacted her husband, she claims I sent her husband a bunch of photos. That's all a lie.
Someone asked me about that last night. They're like, what does her husband think of all these pictures and shit that she sends out? And I said, I don't think he knows.
Oh, he's aware, but it was not sent by me.
Oh, he is aware.
Yes, and whoever, if Kay doesn't know who sent them, that's very telling on their part, on their marriage part, because it's somebody else. Like, like he was made aware of everything. Not by me, not by a fake account, by me. He knows exactly who sent that to him.
What
so
was
he doesn't
her
tell
reaction when he found out?
She tried to blame me. She here, I can read the messages that because she can only now.
How long ago did someone do this?
This was, I think, about a month ago.
Oh, it's recent.
The only way she can contact me now is by adding me to like group chats by other people because I have her blocked.
Good.
So her thing was, hey, thanks for sending my husband that screenshot. We have effed 6 times in the last 6 days. He said to thank you too. And then Liz goes, oh my. And then she goes, I'm guessing that isn't the outcome she was hoping. And then Tuesday, she sent me another message. Emily, you haven't held your end of the bargain. You threatened to call the police on me if I didn't stop talking about you. You threatened legal action, and yet you continue to find ways to harass me and try to attention seek. Do you fail to realize how ridiculous this is? So I'm going to ask you again, what exactly is your end game? It's time for you to move on. The other option is, of course, we can both go to our police departments, as you claimed you were going to do, and we can lay our cases out. You can prove how I've been harassing you, and you can't because I haven't. And I can lay out how you obsess on me and stalk me and find ways to try to take Kay down and ruin my business. Maybe the police will help us mediate and put an end to this. Yet I've never replied to one of those messages or her emails to my father. So, I mean, who's harassing who? When you have to add somebody to a group chat to even talk to them, that's kind of verging on obsessing.
Mm-hmm. I just want people to see kind of like what we've dealt with, because you've been quiet too.
Mm-hmm. So I went on Natasha Cooper live that one night. Like, big deal.
Right. Oh, well, I mean, in 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, enough's enough, man.
Right? That's what I'm sick of. Like it's constant. It's over and over and over again. It doesn't stop.
Yep.
She sends out my Snapchat to people to try to get them to add me. My phone number, I mean, I feel bad for the person who has my old phone number now because they've probably gotten about 50,000 texts, and phone calls. She signed me up for spam texts where I would get 500 texts a minute.
Oh
So I mean,
my
I couldn't even
God.
like do anything. She would sign me up for other stuff. She's trying to get my address. She tried to get my mother's contact information, as if my dad is going to give his wife's information over to some stranger online. But whatever, Karen, it's not going to happen.
So
It's
did she after Ed found out, she just acted like, oh, he didn't give a shit and everything was fine and they were effing 10 times a day.
yeah, but the part is she's blaming me. So that tells me Edwin did not tell her who actually sent the messages, which tells a
Right.
lot about their relationship there.
Right.
Because if it was an open, like, if you're like with you and Chad, wouldn't Chad tell you right away, hey, this person sent me all these
Right.
texts?
Yes, absolutely. No, he wanted
Not,
to keep his little source there because he wants to probably get more info.
well, he knows exactly who the source is, so.
Oh. Poor Edwin. I was at their wedding and I felt bad for him on that day too. I really did. I really did. He's really easygoing. He's really nice.
Maybe you can go to her boy toy Lewis.
Vince, I'm so glad. I hope this cleaned the air on a lot of things. And I felt like last night cleaned the air too a little bit. And, we mended some fences with some other creators, Red Kim and Crafton, and we moved past it.
That's what you do as adults. You move past things. You don't hold
Exactly.
on grudges. I mean, we had our issues, and here we are together. We're gonna meet up in a few weeks? So, like,
Yes,
I mean,
we are. Yes, yes. I'm excited too.
I can't wait for your granddaughter to meet Reagan and Rylan and
I
everybody.
know. Reagan and Rylan, I said that's going to be a duo.
Right? That's we might need to get leashes.
Yeah. Mary wants to know, how old is she? This blows my mind. 49?
I think she's 48, about to turn 49.
Something like
Somewhere
that.
around there. She's old enough to be my mom.
For sure. Yeah. Old enough to definitely know better.
Yeah. And I mean, the stuff that she said about me, like saying that I'm fat. I'm not fat. I'm right here. I'm not
Even if
300
you were,
pounds.
though, you know what? It's not about that. It's not about that at all.
It's the stuff she said to my father in the email saying that I'm a sex worker and that she knows that for a fact.
Well, I sleep with everyone on the planet, too.
I'm not a sex worker. I'm a bartender, honey, okay? Like, there's a big difference
and
there.
the funny thing she said about my ex-husband, Josh, she's like, he's a good guy. It's like, I was like kind of hoping, but not hoping that my son was still in the chat because I think he would beg to differ. I'm not going to share, my personal biz, but that couldn't be further from the truth. And for her to say that is just like, wow.
She also contacted my ex.
No way.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, you know about him and like how crazy he is. So like, that's something that you just don't stoop to because that's somebody who will come.
And you know what else is funny? Sheila just said, remember how, was it Natasha played Kay saying, if Lana's gonna flirt with anyone or want anyone, it's gonna be me? Well, you heard for yourself. Lana didn't even want Kay. Kay was trying to FaceTime her to show her dog, and Lana didn't answer. And she said, I'm in a bra. I can't answer. I'm sorry.
Kay sends unsolicited nudes to everybody who's gay. I'm just gonna be honest. She does.
Really?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen the messages. I
Did
mean,
she do
one of
that to person we know mutually?
I'm not gonna. I don't think she sent nudes, but I do believe that
Was
she
she was like
did
inappropriate,
get
like
very, 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 very jealous when that person went on a date with somebody. She
gotcha.
was very unhappy about that because she had told her when she goes to Colorado that they were gonna meet up. Don't tell Edwin and yada yada yada.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, it's very creepy, very, very weird, and that's not the first person she's done it to. This is about the third or fourth now.
So, Crafton said, if Lana can't take your nudes, you might want to rethink the narcissism.
Right? The nudes are not very good, so.
That's what she thinks will grow her channel, Melissa says.
Well, she also used to do it on her gaming thing. She would send pictures of people's or her boobs and stuff like
To
that.
those guys.
Yes.
Didn't
to
she
get,
have like
more
a guy
points.
from her like game on coming on her or no. There was a guy from her game that was like a mod in her group. Like
Yeah, he used to be there and then he got tired of her and I don't know what happened there. I
So
never
did he
played
go
that
away?
stupid game. I think so. I believe so. I think they got in some fight or something because like she was on the live and you know how she gets and just starts.
Oh, he was coming on panel.
Yeah, I don't know. It was some stuff.
Cooter Brown says I never got any
Never got any
nudes.
nudes. Be happy. You didn't want to see him.
He's got the crying face. Poor Cooter. Cooter, don't feel bad for having Lana on. I don't think you should feel bad at all. You did the same thing I did, just getting the info.
And you don't really know how these people are until,
No, you don't. And Red Kim had a really good point.
Okay. I'll come charge you for
She
you
said last night that I was still figuring out Lana at the time when Denver was being talked about. I was still trying to figure her out. I didn't even barely know her.
Right? I had no idea who Lana was, or Lana, whatever the hell her name is.
Oh, Rose. She said this live is something that Jay has held in for years. Jay has been classy and has even handled this live with so much class. Kudos and applause to you, Jay, and to you too, Emily. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
And thank you, Emily, for, helping all of this come together. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you
Because that's
too.
a pretty heavy thing, like, to have people think about you. When I heard, like, a random person just, like, spout off that story, I was like, okay, that's not okay.
I mean, she's told everybody in her signal chat that I'm a sex worker and stuff like that. Like, it's just...
You're a mom, and saying the things that she
called
had.
my daughter a degenerate little brat.
To you?
No, in her signal chat, she said, I need to go take care. Or wait, no, she actually did send it to me at one point too. She said, I need to go take care of my degenerate little brat and get off of Facebook or YouTube and stop trying to destroy her. As if I have some plan.
She accuses everyone of trying to destroy her when she's the one behind the scenes trying to destroy everyone else. And
she also claims I'm in her Patreon and her like signal chat. Bitch, I would not give you a penny if it was like my last penny and I saw you homeless on the street, I would walk by your ass.
Does she not realize that these messages are being sent out by not only one but 2, 3, 4 people?
Right. I mean, it's more than that actually.
Is it?
Like I get sent chats and everything all day long. Like I don't even know half of these people.
And if she keeps it going, she must like this.
She does. This is what she likes. She doesn't care about true crime. She doesn't care about anything like that. She doesn't care about helping people. It's all about to get money. This was her cash grab.
Yeah, because she knew her days were numbered in the nursing homes.
Yeah, because she used to call her patients names and say they were smelly and like talk about them in racial ways and stuff like that.
Well, she admitted in that one that she didn't see a patient and she was supposed to.
Yeah.
Billing for minutes on Medicare when you're not doing the visits is fraud.
No, she cut the one patient's PTO time to go watch Dr. Phil. I mean,
It's sick.
it's just disgusting.
Thank you, Sheila.
She has an issue with calling kids brat, it seems. She does.
Hill Country Handy said Lana can be entertaining and has the gift of gab. It took a minute to figure things out. I'll agree with you. Lana can be funny. She definitely has the gift of gab, but her manipulation and her narcissism just it just cancels all that out, you know? It's unfortunate because she does have those qualities. You're right.
She could have been something better, but I mean,
No, she didn't do hospice. I used to work in hospice. She is an occupational therapy assistant and she worked in nursing homes. So basically helping people like learn to feed themselves again and stuff like that.
meanwhile, sending us nasty messages about them, saying they stink, they
Right.
smell, she hates these patients.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then don't be in that line of work. Why did you ever even get
The
into it?
reason why she didn't enjoy her job was because she had been out from so many other facilities that she was forced to go work in Flint. And we all know about Flint.
Yeah.
Okay, Flint, Michigan was like the number one murder capital of the world a few years ago. So she's in downtown Flint, which is not
Oh,
pretty.
Raquel! I love you, Raquel.
Thank you, Raquel.
She's one of my old mods. She's had a lot going on, so.
Yeah, so that's that. Do you guys have any questions that you'd like answered before we sign off? Yeah, I wouldn't blame this on menopause because I'm like premenopausal too, and I don't do these things. And I would never do that to my kid.
No, my mom's her age, and my mom doesn't even have a Facebook or understand how any of this stuff works.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not. You're right. It's not a free pass. I'm 47 and I'm yeah. You're welcome, Sheila. She said, "You're welcome, Jay, and thank you for letting me vent because I actually cried reading and watching the mean stuff she says about people. And thanks to Natasha for showing them." I agree. I loved how Natasha broke out that PDF with Tia.
right.
Look at my dog. You see my dog behind me?
So cute.
I know. She likes laying on the pillows.
Little puppies.
Lake Breezes. Yes, I'll keep it up. Unless Karen privacy strikes it. I went and checked my email to see if I had a privacy strike yet.
She's probably on here somewhere. Or she went live right when we did to try to like.
No, and she had a bunch of bots in there. I was cracking up.
Yeah, because she buys her subs. Those aren't real.
Right, they're bots.
Uh-huh. She had her channel boosted by somebody.
Tia's here. Hi, Tia. You guys go subscribe to Tia too. Let's get Tia's link in chat if we can. Whoever has a channel, let's put their links up real quick. We've got Crafton and Kim. We've got who else? Cooter, Scarlett. If I missed you, put your hand up and we'll put your channel in chat. You guys go over and subscribe. Let's support one another. Oh, you guys just wait. I have a surprise for you coming at the end of the month. If you like my puppy, just wait. One thing about YouTube is that they care very little about Facebook posts and chat logs from other platforms. YouTube doesn't care about a whole lot.
No.
they literally like don't want to handle the legalities of this stuff.
I'm interested to see what happens with her $10 million lawsuit.
Yeah, has there been a response yet? I checked last week and there wasn't.
I haven't seen anything yet. I only her paperwork that she signed back in purple ink, you know.
Yep.
Like, that's classy.
No, she didn't suddenly become, that's the thing, like she didn't suddenly become like this. It's not a midlife crisis or a nervous breakdown. I know it may seem that way, but unfortunately this is who she is. And that's
Yes.
what's so scary, is that it's not a sudden breakdown. This has been who she is for a long time.
I mean, she's gone after Garrett's wife for what? We're going on like 9 years now, and it hasn't stopped. So, I mean, it doesn't stop with her. She becomes
She was
addicted to
doing it when
something,
they were
and
just
she
dating. Like,
yes, it's crazy.
barely went to the wedding. I remember we were talking at that time. That was right before I think we did the podcast, and she was like dreading going and sick to her stomach and was telling me how awful this woman was that he was marrying.
All of that's lies.
So
She
not
just
true. Jennifer,
Jen is the nicest person I know.
I am so glad that Garrett has someone like you. I've always loved Garrett. Such a good kid.
It's sad that his mom's dragged him.
It is. It
this
is. And
deep
I don't
into
blame
this
him for
stuff.
not wanting to come on a Zoom and have to fuck that. Like,
Right?
talk about that. Thanks, you guys, thanks, Shell, for getting those links. There's Tia's channel. Tia. I love her.
Oh, there's a new court date in August. Is that for her $10 million lawsuit?
Oh, should I look it up real quick?
I don't know. That was just posted in chat. It says there's a new court date in August, but I don't know what it's for.
Okay, let me look. Let me go. Should only take me a second. Oh, I'm already logged in. Nice. All right, let's see.
Yes. Oh, they said yes, it is for that. So
Yanks. It is for what?
For the lawsuit.
Oh.
So she has a court date in August.
Okay, let's see. I want to see if there's anything written.
I can't. My daughter has my phone right now.
You can't what?
Oh, they said check Telegram. I said I can't. My daughter just came in and took my phone.
All right, hold on. I'm going to pull this up on screen. I just want to see what it is first. I don't want to. It's August. Okay, here, I'll show you guys. This is sweet. It's going to be virtual, y'all.
Ooh.
It's a virtual hearing. Oh, that's us. All right, hold on. I need to open a new window. Wow, this should be interesting. Alrighty. The above captioned cause is set for a telephonic case management conference on August 27th, 2021 at 10 a.m. before United States Magistrate Judge Lakeisha Greer Isaac. So that judge is in Jackson, Mississippi. There's the conference info. Let's see.
I wonder if we can play it.
I don't know if we can stream it, but we can all definitely tune in individually if we would like. Because
Yes.
that is our right, unless it's stated in here that no one can. But usually it's public. It should say it probably in this paperwork.
I don't see anything that says.
I mean, this is all just, yeah, this is just technicality stuff. A case management order shall be entered by the court after the conference. Oh, okay. Uniform case management order and case management timelines have been developed and are available on the court's website at www.mssd.uscourts.gov.
Should be interesting,
Yeah, for sure.
especially since she's representing herself.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, Scarlett said I'll air it on my channel. For real, that would be awesome. Let's see if it says anything about, I think it says anything. So what does this mean? No later than 21 days prior to the hearing, counsel shall confer regarding all matters set forth. No later than 21 days prior. No later than 14 days after, counsel shall submit a proposed case management order to the
She
judge
didn't
only.
file her dismissal paperwork correctly.
Is that what that means?
I don't know. I'd be able to check Telegram, but I'm not. Like I said, Reagan took my phone.
The date is, what date? 27th? August 27th at 10 a.m. And this is going to be Central Time, I think. I don't know
I think that's our time.
is it?
Maybe. I think Mississippi
Alexa,
is in
what
our
time zone, or wait, Alexa, what time is it in Jackson, Mississippi? Oh my God, she's telling the date. Alexa, what time is it in Jackson, Mississippi? Okay, they're an hour behind us. So it's going to be, 10 o'clock Central.
Huh.
No shame, Scarlett. Wow. I'm glad you said that there was an update. Nice. Lauren, it's 8:50. I always ask Alexa. I don't know why. Yeah, there's nothing new other than that. You got the complaint, her complaint filed, and then this initial order.
She doesn't have counsel.
No,
I know she doesn't. She has herself.
She
and
is her own counsel.
Binder of paperwork. All in
Oh my
purple.
God. Scarlett. Thank you, Vince. All right, guys. Well, I think we have beat this horse into the ground. And like I said, you want to see the whole picture on her? Go to Natasha's. Reclining with Tasha, reclining with Rico, the recliner. And you will see it all. Her and Tia did a nice little presentation the other night. Thank you for all of your kindness in chat, all of your support.
Yes, thank you guys.
And
oh, maybe Lana will represent her.
Did you like how Lana and Kay talked about the banana peel? I was slipping on a banana peel. Lana banana. All right. Well, I'm done with these two people. Peace, Lana, and peace, Kay.
All right. Have fun, guys.
Oh, wait.
Have
Before
fun
we
with your
go,
pen
here's
gun.
one more screenshot for the road. Wait. Let's leave that for the road. Love you guys. Emily, thank you so much. I love ya.
Love you too. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, absolutely. Why did Jennifer get hidden? Wait, what?
Wait, why'd you delete it?
What happened? Dude, can you undo
Unhide.
that?
There we go.
Thank you. I know that was a slip of her fingers. It had to be.
Yes.
What did Jennifer say? I don't even see it.
It was the pinned message that you
Oh,
had
it
put
was
up
the same
earlier.
message. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's all right,
It was
Shell.
probably just an accident clicking it.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, what? All right. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm sorry if you can't get the links. I will put all the creators that were in chat, I will put their links and Emily's Facebook group in the description of this video. So no fret. All right. Thank you again. And thanks, Em. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.